All right, I'm pretty much ready. Just give me one moment. I had a rough night. I'll explain. Maybe. Okay, let me get my face on. Okay. I'm here. The lighting's probably a little off, but that's just how it always goes when I... Yeah. Alright, so... Nothing too insane. Just, wanted to go live a little earlier. But... I had to do some things with a few different people late last night. So I didn't get to go to sleep as early as I thought I was going to. And then at 6 a.m., my cat Ruby was coughing for a while, so I was getting worried. So I woke up extra early, actually. Gave her medicine, watched her for a while, made sure she was okay. She's okay, but the cough is still there, so still something we're working on. And I was like, I'm really tired. I want to try and sleep a little more. So I did, and then I got up, and then I felt like garbage. And here we are. So that's the story. It's nothing crazy. It's just a little tired. All right. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, it seems like you guys can hear me. Let me know if everything looks and sounds okay. But yeah, we got a Nintendo Direct. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. Thank you, Dragon Chi. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure Ruby's gonna be okay. If you see her, she looks totally fine. She just has the occasional coughing spell, and it leaves you wondering why. But I have her on some antibiotics. We'll see how the week goes. If it gets worse, I'll take her to the vet. If it gets better, I don't have to. So we'll see. She's very energetic, full appetite. Everything else seems really healthy. So I'm sure it'll be okay. T. Fernbach. At least the direct is at 4 p.m. over here. It's way too early over there. Yeah. Thing is, for me, so what's gonna happen for me? We're gonna watch the direct now, right? In about 35 minutes, the direct is gonna start. I'm gonna freak out. We're gonna enjoy it together, and then we'll talk about it for maybe about half an hour or so, 20 minutes. We'll see. I won't keep it too long because I'm going to assume there's gonna be something in this direct that I'm gonna need to talk about, like, immediately, right? So let's say there's a Metroid Prime 4 trailer. I'm going to try and get out a Metroid Prime 4 trailer analysis later today. If there's a Tears of the Kingdom DLC trailer, I will try and get a trailer analysis for that. Whatever comes. Now, if it's multiple things, then I can only choose one at a time. But I will get something out by the end of today. And then once that is done, I then have to move out. I have to 100% move out of this house and go elsewhere. I'm bouncing between places right now. Different family dynamics and things, so nothing bad, just a lot of work. So it's gonna it's a little hectic for me, but it's gonna be fun. Fecal Shake. So good to see you, man. I've been avoiding YouTube because of potential TOTK spoilers, and I couldn't have finished it at a perfect time. You finished it? Okay, great. That's awesome. I was actually going to have I was going to have Tears of the Kingdom in the background. I really like the start screen. But when you beat the game, the start screen changes. And I was like, as subtle as it might be, maybe I shouldn't put that there, just in case someone watching hasn't been in Tears of the Kingdom yet. So, yeah, for those that, like... I've seen that, like, some people accuse me of not being cautious about spoilers. I feel, and, it's always up to your interpretation, and regardless of how cautious you are or not, everyone's going to have different disagreements or disputes, but I try to be really cautious about spoilers for all of my stuff regarding Tears of the Kingdom, live streams, videos, so everything, right? Like, I limit myself so much, it bothers me. Because I want to talk about it, but I'm trying to be respectful for those who haven't beaten the game yet. So it's really tricky to navigate that. And there are times where like, oh, okay, well, Nintendo showed this on the box art of the game. I think it's okay that I show this. And then sometimes still, people are like, oh, how dare you? And I'm like, but they are on the back of the box art. Is that really a spoiler? So, I mean, there's always that debate there, but I definitely try to keep it not... I try to keep things as spoiler-free as possible, unless it's clearly a spoiler thing, and then I mark it as spoilers, so that way no one is spoiled if they don't want to go into it. I try. Samuel A. It's not going to happen, but what would you do if an Ocarina of Time remake was announced? I would... shit bricks. Because it's one of those mornings. No, just kidding. Yeah, it would be amazing. It would be amazing. I would definitely freak out. Like, I would totally freak out. I'd also be like, I told you! Because I've been speculating on an Ocarina of Time remake for actually a few years. I'm not saying I'm the only one who's thought about it. I know that there were Ocarina of Time HD rumors for a little while. I know Game Over Jesse talked about it a few years back. But, you know, I don't even think of it as an HD. I think of it as a remake. Like something to make it look modern. Like a modern 3D game. And I know that may seem like asking for a lot. And I'm not expecting in this direct. Not at all. But... because we just got Tears of the Kingdom. If anything, we're getting DLC. If anything. But I do think eventually they are going to want to go back to something that doesn't require as much work as making a whole new game, so they can have it as a middle ground between the next big game. And we don't know how long it's going to take them to make the next big 3D Zelda. But there has been this trend of each major Zelda game taking longer and longer. The Twilight Princess came out at the end of 2006. Skyward Sword came out at the end of 2011. That was 5 whole years. They went by the entire Wii generation. And by the time Skyward Sword came out, it was too late to really like help things out and change the argument on motion controls. Like it was too late. Too little too late. And then Breath of the Wild came out March 2017. Now, if you say, oh, from 2011 to 2017, you could argue that's 6 years. It's not actually 6 years because Skyward Sword came out holiday 2011. Breath of the Wild came out early 2017. So an additional 4 months. So 5 years, 4 months. 5 months, I get, because November to March, right? Something like that. 4.5 months. Now, Tears of the Kingdom, March 2017, March 2023 is 6 years, and it came out in May. So 6 years and 2 months. So that gap increased by almost a year. Again. Well, it's just not almost. It was 4 months, right? But like it keeps getting bigger and bigger, and then Wind Waker. It's going back before that. So Wind Waker came out in Japan. I want to say holiday 2002, and then 2006 holiday. So a 4-year gap. It's getting longer. Majora's Mask came out 2000. Ocarina of Time came out in 98, but between before Ocarina of Time, there was a large gap between Zeldas. There was a large gap, and that was going to transition to 3D. So it makes sense. They had the Game Boy games, they had the Super Nintendo one, Link to the Past. So point is, there's been this pattern of the gaps between the major 3D Zeldas getting bigger and bigger. So I understand COVID came into play, but this was also a sequel. So I know they put a lot of work into this. There's clearly a lot of work in Tears of the Kingdom. But I guess what I'm getting at here is that I have no reason to think that they're going to come out with the next Zelda in 4 years. I think 5 years is optimistic. 6 years maybe should be expected, or even 7. So with that in mind, I think Nintendo needs to take steps to help to bridge the gap. Part of that's going to be their DLC plans at Tears of the Kingdom, I think. Part of that's going to be a 2D Zelda. Part of that may be Twilight Princess and Moonmaker HD, or in 4K at 60 frames per second. Like, those things can help bridge the gap. But another thing that could help bridge the gap is a remake. They've already remastered all of the 3D Zeldas outside of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, obviously. They don't need to. They're already in HD. So maybe they go back to Ocarina of Time and they do another remake, but not what they did with 3DS, but something more substantial. Even though the Ocarina of Time remake was pretty significant for 3DS standards for sure, but something that matches the modern standards. Like, could they do that? I think they could. I think if there's going to be a Zelda game that they're going to remake, it would be that one. And if there's a time to do it, it would be in the long time between Tears of the Kingdom and whatever is truly next. But it's going to be a long time. So I do think an Ocarina of Time remake could happen. But I'm not expecting that this year or next year. Maybe 3 or 4 years from now we hear about it. And if it doesn't happen, well, it was just speculation. So Mr. Biscuits, keep in mind for Tears of the Kingdom, an entire year was spent bug fixing. Sure. And I'm okay that they did that. I think that's great that they did that. But for the next Zelda, they should do the same. They should not spend a year bug fixing, right? If that's what it takes for polish, then do it. So what that means is that it's still part of the development time, right? It's part of that end part. They may need to spend a lot of time bug fixing and polishing because it's such a big game. I want the next 3D Zelda to be even bigger and better than Tears of the Kingdom. And that's going to require a lot of time in the oven, a lot of polish, a lot of work. Maybe the gap is shorter than the gap between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Like, I think, you can make that argument, right? Because of COVID, like, totally. And maybe now that they have a better understanding of how to do open world development, like, maybe they could. But the Zelda team is the kind of team that's like, they're like, oh, we could do this. But what if we do this? And so they continually up the ante. They're always coming with ideas like, oh, well, we can make this game bigger and better. So let's do that. And that may take us another 6 months to a year. So I've been burned too many times. We'll see, right? I remember when we got the teaser trailer for Tears of the Kingdom, when it was just called the sequel to Breath of the Wild, that very first one at E3 2019. It was an amazing trailer, right? But all the assets are ultimately different in Tears of the Kingdom. It was more like a proof of concept, and the game was still years out. It's still years out. Like, we might get like a teaser trailer for the next big Zelda, maybe in like 3 years or something, assuming that they're gonna have us wait as long. I don't think they're gonna. I think they're going to tease the next Zelda further out, like closer to the actual release this time. And I just say that because in general, Nintendo has been slowly closing the gaps on these things. So, case in point, or not really case in point, but in my opinion, yes, I think Ocarina of Time HD is conceivable, but it may be in a few years. Nate Esquega has renewed their membership. Thank you for renewing your membership. Thank you for sticking around, Nate. Nate says, always appreciate you, Andres. Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate me. I appreciate you too. Nico Soviet 88. F0% chance. Well, F0 has more than a 0% chance. And I'm going to say nothing's 100%. But I believe it will be in the Direct today. Might not be. If it's not coming up this year, then Like, any game that's coming out this year from Nintendo is going to be in this Direct. And there will also be some things that aren't. Now, maybe that's just some third-party stuff, but there might be a game or two that Nintendo's going to tease for next year. But F-Zero, I think, is the kind of game that would have a shorter turnaround. And I'm gonna go out on a limb, because I believe it's real. I believe all the rumors. I think it's legit. It's just really a question of when, not if. I'm gonna say 68.76% chance that F-Zero GX Remaster is in today's Nintendo Direct. I like those odds, but you know, again, nothing's guaranteed. Chrono Rig has renewed their membership. They've been a member for 8 months. Thank you for renewing your membership, Chrono. Glad to keep you around. Samule, is it possible maybe some of the team has been working on the next Zelda alongside another part of the team working on Tears of the Kingdom? Is it possible? Yes, it's possible, but I feel that typically when it comes to Zelda development, it's usually all hands on deck. And Tears of the Kingdom is a very big game. So, I don't know about that. I really don't. I mean, if you want to ask my opinion, I'm playing through Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know, because I'm not a developer. I know that the technologies that involve with Tears of the Kingdom are incredible. A lot of developers are totally shocked about it. From a content perspective, it's a very, very large game, but a lot of it is repurposed content from Breath of the Wild. And I don't mean that as a slight. I'm just simply saying that I would have thought that they could have come out with a sequel sooner. But I understand that adding the cave systems, the depths, the skies, and having that seamless transition, having Ascend and Ultra Hand and being able to build and do all these things, and then being able to interact with all the NPCs and having characters following you around and having all this semi-object permanence, like all of that, like, is insane to do in a game. And then to do it on the Switch, and for the graphics in Tears of the Kingdom to actually be better than Breath of the Wild. I know some people disagree with that, but that's just because you're wrong. It is better. Now, is it so much better that it's obvious? It's not obvious, but like, if you compare the textures, there's more texture variety, there's more clarity. The game, like, for example, Korok Forest runs so much better in Tears of the Kingdom than it does in Breath of the Wild. The game has other issues because it's trying to do more. And I mean, that's the thing. It's a bigger world. They're doing more with this. There's more draw distance. There's a lot going on with Tears of the Kingdom. So it's impressive in a lot of ways. So I don't know. And they're going to want to one-up it. So it's tough. Biscuit Animations. How many DLCs for Tears of the Kingdom? Well, typically we see... I mean, it's tough because we can see 2 waves, 3 waves, 4 waves. Breath of the Wild had 2 waves. I think we get at least 2 waves, and you could argue there'll be a 3rd wave because I think the first wave will just be like a free update. So I think there'll be a free update, and then there'll be 2 paid waves as part of 1 pass. That's just basically how Breath of the Wild was handled. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. But I don't know. I think the final wave, though, is going to be substantial. I think the final DLC wave for Tears of the Kingdom is going to be like an actual new adventure with a new area to explore. That's what I think. Why do I think this? It goes back to what I've been saying, that I think Nintendo needs to use DLC to help bridge the gap until the next Zelda, because it's going to be a long time. So this DLC will almost be kind of like a second mini Tears of the Kingdom. It'll be significant. And while it may be, I'll get to why I think it'll be significant, but like when you have something like that, and with Switch 2 nearby, oh man, I gotta tell you guys something about Switch 2 that just popped up on my feed that I think is peculiar. I think. I'm gonna show it to you guys. I want your opinion on it. But anyways, back to the point. That system is coming eventually, right? And it may be coming next year. So they're gonna maybe want to tie in that second wave that may be like a mini adventure, something sizable, you know, like a 30, 40, 50 hour experience or something like that. Add Tears of the Kingdom with a new area to explore. And they're going to want to have probably like some sort of graphics performance update for Tears of the Kingdom on the new system. And they're going to release those at the same time. And they're going to use that as kind of like a second wind for Tears of the Kingdom, and also to kind of give something proper Zelda releasing for this new system relatively early on. That way we have something that's kind of like, oh, there's this new Zelda content on the system. Now it'll still be available for Switch, but there'll just be like a better looking, better running version on the system, because by the time the next Zelda is done, we'll be at the end of the next system's life cycle. So there won't be like a new Zelda dedicated for this system until then. Alright, so before I get to anything else, I'm very curious on how you guys feel about this. So I'm going to show you guys something real quick here. I think this is insane. Okay. I'm going to zoom this in. It's really, you might see this and think you're crazy. But I'm going to be like, am I? You'll see. All right, let me show you. So I took a snapshot of my YouTube feed today. I think, oh, I forgot. I'm adding Brandon. I completely forgot about Brandon. Oh, where's Brandon? Okay, I forgot about Brandon, but he slept in a bit. He'll be on in a bit. Anyways, let me show you this. Okay, here we go. I pressed this button. All right, there we go. So this is simply Nintendo. This is what we're gonna watch in a little bit. I scaled it up a little bit, which is why it might look a little blurry. We're gonna watch this later, right? But I took a screenshot of this because I was just paying attention to the title. Nintendo Direct 6/21/2023. That's normal. But why do they say Nintendo Switch? Don't you think that's a little odd? Like, why would they have to say Nintendo Switch for a Nintendo Direct? Like, why do they need to clarify that? Because I was actually, like, making sure I had the title right. So I almost typed in Nintendo Switch. I was like, wait, no, hold up. That doesn't make any sense. Well, why did I put that? It's obvious. So the fact that they're clarifying Nintendo Switch, I think it mean a couple things. One, they could just mean they recognize that there's a lot of next-gen discussion, and they put this there just to make it clear that this is about Nintendo Switch and nothing else will be announced. And it could be that simple, just to avoid confusion or disappointment, and that way the messaging is just as clear as possible so people know these are Nintendo Switch games. That is what it is, for a fact. But the first part doesn't necessarily discount this second thing I'm going to say. It might also mean, on top of this, that there may be a new system announcement happening relatively soon, and they're just making their messaging clear because they want to avoid confusion for when that next system is announced. Now, I'm not saying that Switch 2 is going to get announced this summer. I am not saying that. But I will also stick to my guns here and tell you, and come back to my face. I'm going to stick to my guns here and tell you what I've said is, at this point, and it's updated. I've gone back and forth. I'm not going to be like, oh, I've stayed on this one point forever and I'm always right. No, I'm not always right. That is not true at all. But my stance has been, as of late, while I'm uncertain of when Switch 2 is coming out, I think it's happening sometime between holiday 2023 at the very, 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 very earliest and holiday 2024 at the latest. So there's a year gap there. But if it's coming out this holiday, they will need to announce it. And I think that is possible, as unlikely as it may seem, because we don't have a lot of like substantial rumors supporting it or anything like that, or like we don't have any like, you know, dev kits, which is why I'm not like super confident in saying that it's coming out this early, but I'm not going to outrule it. I think that if it's coming out this holiday, they would announce it this summer. And typically, during the July month is when they make a hardware announcement during the Switch era. So Switch Lite was announced in July, Switch OLED was announced in July. If there's anything to announce that's new hardware related, they're going to announce it next month. And maybe that's what Jeff Grubb was hearing about in terms of mumblings of like some sort of direct or presentation of some sort. Maybe it's just like a trailer for the next system. But maybe the next system isn't even Switch 2. Could be like a Switch Lite OLED. Could be something else. So there's that possibility, right? But all I'm putting out there is that I haven't outruled it yet until July happens. If July comes and goes and we hit August with no mention of new hardware, I will move on from thinking it's even possible and just be like, it's happening sometime in 2024. But for the record, just to be clear, I think it's probably happening sometime in 2024. I think this rumor of 2D Mario being in this direct pretty much tells us that there's no new system this year. I think. I could be wrong. But I mean, 2D Mario is not something you launch alongside new hardware. I know they did that for the Wii U, but that was a mistake. The Wii U is their worst performing system of all time, excluding the Virtual Boy. I mean, the Virtual Boy, which is kind of like not even a home console. It's something else. It's like an experiment. So I think that they're saving 3D Mario for the next big system, right? The Switch 2. So if 2D Mario is coming out for this holiday or in the second half, then they're not going to do 3D Mario right next to it. That's a very, very telling sign that Switch 2 is next year. Of course, this is a rumor, 2D Mario. Could be wrong. But the person that we covered yesterday, I forget the name, like a Yoro, I followed them on Twitter, but they have a pretty good record. This feels really believable. Like, I definitely think this is probably the case. So, yeah. Let's see here. It's 9:48. It's getting close to showtime. Pioro, thank you, T. Fernbach. Thank you. Let's see. Has Pioro posted any other teases for the direct? Let's see if our guy Pioro, as I try to remember his name now. He just tweeted, "Good morning. We'll see if I'm legit or not in 3 hours." I guess we will. All right, let me see if I can bring Brandon in. I keep forgetting about him. And then I want to test out the settings for the stream when we put on the direct. And also, we'll have Brandon's predictions. I've done my predictions like 20 times already. So, my predictions, 2D Mario, Metroid Prime 4, F-Zero GX HD. Those are the three things I'm kind of like really hoping for. Everything, and Tears of the Kingdom, something. I'm not saying we get the paid DLC trailer yet. I think maybe we have to wait a little bit longer for that, but I think we get something. Like an update. Okay. All right, Brandon. It's getting late, buddy. It's now or never. I'm calling you in. Come on. Answer. Answer. You better answer. Answer, please. You don't have to answer, but we're close. We're close. I know you had a late start as well, but you can answer. Here we go. Come on. All right. He'll answer when he's ready. He'll be on before we go live. We can test out the settings while we wait for him. No big deal. All right. I'm gonna make sure this is open there. I'm gonna put that up. Okay, cool. All right. Let's see here. Let's make sure that we can hear everything correctly. So let me look up a prior. I've done this. I kind of do this every time. I watch an older Nintendo Direct for a couple of minutes just to make sure that everything is good. Of course, when I search Nintendo Direct, what comes up is everyone streaming the Direct today. Nintendo Direct 2021. I don't know. Yeah, sure. We'll do the E3 2021 Nintendo Direct to hopefully summon up some of that Metroid energy with Metroid Dread. Yeah, that's the plan. All right, so let me All right, where is my... Is this the proper setup? Nope, that's not it. Oh boy. I'm going to figure this out, I promise. That is not it either. But, we can fix this. We can fix this. All right, let me... Okay. Okay, we're editing on the fly. No biggie. It's okay. I'm trying to fix this. Oh, it's locked. That's why I can't move it. That makes sense. All right. Okay. I know it's like super scaled up. I don't know why. But we are going to fix this. Yo, Brandon, how it be?
It's good. It's good.
Oh, I am currently setting up the stream now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I want to go over your predictions real quick. Okay. Question. Do we want the camera... I think the way it is, like full screen makes more sense. Okay. This is fine. All right, so I'm going to do a quick test here. I'm going to pause the background music. All right. I'm going to put this up. And hello?
I don't know if it's just on Discord, but I think you have the wrong mic selected.
It's probably just on Discord. But
Probably.
I'll check that in a second. Oh, well, now I'm not sure. Let me see. Like, I don't know why it would change, because... No, it's okay.
Because computers are dumb.
No, Discord would change it, yeah. All right, I'll fix that in a second, Brandon. But I'm first going to make sure I have the settings right for this. All right, guys, so I'm going to play this direct. Let me know how it looks and sounds, if it sounds good, if it doesn't, okay? All right. So, like, is this too loud? Let me know. Like, is this a good setup? Like, this is how we're gonna watch it. So it's good like this. Okay. Not loud enough. All right, I'll make it a little louder. How about that? Is this good? Summoning that smash energy now. Okay, sounds good. All right, perfect. All right, so when they show off Metroid Dread, oh, all right, we're summoning that Metroid energy now. There it is. There it is. Imagine me screaming to Metroid, or not. We'll see. In
Yeah, we'll see. Fingers crossed.
Okay.
In so many years.
Okay, cool. All right, perfect. Oh, Metroid Dread is such a cool trailer. All right, Brandon, let me see if I can fix our mic situation here. All right, so let me check our user settings. What would it be? Appearance, voice and video.
Voice and video.
What the flip? I understand why. Well, it should be working now. It sounds better.
Oh, so much better.
So much better. Yeah.
So much better.
Okay. All right, well, we got that fixed. Okay, cool. All right, so we're 5 minutes away. I might as well just put up the actual Nintendo Direct page so we're ready. Where's the audio at? Put that. Let me full screen this. All right, guys, we're close. In less than 5 minutes, this thing is starting.
Oh, let's go.
All right, the audio looks about right there. I think if I'm on one YouTube tab, there's the audio. Yeah, it looks about the same. Or is it not the same?
Or do it?
It looks about the same, maybe slightly lower here. Oh, there we go. All right, cool. That's good enough. And I like turning off annotations just to kind of keep the screen as clear as possible. But all right, Brandon. So you have just a couple minutes, right? What are your
To give my predictions.
yeah your predictions?
Well, I mean, it's hard to give predictions for this one because I feel like we're definitely going to see a ton of new stuff. Because the only thing we actually know about is Pikmin 4, right? So like everything else should be like new announcements, basically. I think obviously we're going to see like Mario Kart. That's like an obvious one. Mario Kart DLC.
Yeah,
You know, I got things I'm hoping for, like Donkey Kong, Metroid Prime, but I don't know if I have any like predictions for this one. It also came like real out of the blue. Like I wasn't expecting it till next month, so I don't know, man. I'm just kind of like in you know, just waiting to see what we get, and I'll be excited no matter what. I guess I'm kind of hoping for Donkey Kong, maybe Metroid. Other than that,
Metroid what?
Metroid Prime 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't care about anything other than Metroid Prime 4.
I mean,
announced...
like, yeah, I mean, Metroid Prime 4 is obviously like a big deal. Metroid Prime Pinball is probably asking for too much though, because
way too ambitious.
Yeah, Metroid Prime Pinball is like literally the greatest game ever made. So,
I mean, they could announce like Metroid Prime 2, but I don't super care to play that one because from what I've seen, this looks like it'd be a game that would annoy me personally. But that's just a personal thing.
Yeah, I mean, I would love it if they announced Metroid Prime 2, but we have to be real here. Metroid Prime Remastered wouldn't have been enough of like a big hard hitter for the second half. Metroid Prime 2 is definitely is even less so. And like this is not me speaking about the quality of Metroid Prime 2. Not at all. It's more about just like sales potential, and I mean it's already a remaster, right? We already got the big boy remaster. Supposedly Metroid Prime 2 wouldn't be as remastered. So this wouldn't be as remastered. It's a game that's not as popular. And we just got one. This wouldn't be like one of like the key titles for the second half. No. I mean, it could come out, right? I'm not saying it can't come out, but it would be kind of like, hey, play this in the meanwhile. But it's not the answer for the games we need for this year, right? Like we're not going to get a Metroid Prime 2 and have that be like the game for a month. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I have a feeling they're gonna just skip 2 and 3 and try to make 4 something that you don't need to play 2 and 3 to play, and market it that way.
You know, it'd be cool if they do a little bit of a rebrand, and it's still, you know how like with the 2D Metroids, in the title it doesn't say the number. It's just like Metroid Dread, Metroid Fusion. But when you start the games, there'll be the text Metroid 4, Metroid 5, right? What if for like the Metroid Prime games, they do the same trope? When you start the game or when they give that first trailer, it's like Metroid Prime 4, right? Or what? Hopefully the future there's more. But the titles are just Metroid Prime. So you know Metroid Prime just means 3D Metroid. That's what that means.
I do think that's better marketing, yeah.
I would like that. And then, I mean, from a twofold, it tells you what it is. But then to your point, like it would kind of set things up so people can jump into Prime 4 without worrying about the rest. That's how I mean, it's kind of how they handle Super Mario, right? Because you have Super Mario, which is used for the 3D Mario, so Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy. But then you have Super Mario Bros., which is the 2D games. So
true.
Yeah,
the 2D games did used to have numbers associated with them. Some of them.
They moved on from that, but yes.
Yeah, they moved on.
Yeah.
Some of the older ones like Mario 3.
Yeah, oh god. I just realized it's already 10 o'clock.
Oh shit, it's about to start any moment!
Oh, apparently I'm like...
Oh, it's starting for me. Hold on, I won't say anything. I'll pause for a second until you say it's starting for you.
I pressed live, but it doesn't. Just give me a sec. Okay, it's starting. I'm there. Now.
Alright.
You're with me? Alright, cool. All right, guys, it's going. It's happening. Here we are.
Let's go.
Oh, how are we gonna start? I don't know. Oh, what is?
Hello, everyone. I'm Shinya Takahashi.
Oh god.
And I'll be one of your guides for today's.
Why do we have both of them on screen?
I'm Yoshiaki Koizumi.
No.
This has happened before.
That was the latest trailer for the Hidden Treasure and Area
I remember
Zero,
this has happened
the
before
paid
because I've had to
DLC
edit
for the Pokemon
this.
Scarlet
I've
and
clipped
Pokemon
extremely
Violet
similar to this
games.
one into some of
The
your
first
videos.
half of the trailer
Okay.
took place at a festival in the countryside.
While the second half seemed to be in a completely different location.
The textures don't look blatantly
available in
off
the
looking
future.
like they did in Scarlet and
And
Violet.
after today's Nintendo Direct, a special event will be held in
I'm
Pokemon
hopeful that they
Scarlet
at least
and
improve the
Pokemon
game a
Violet.
little bit.
We
Yeah.
hope you'll participate in it.
I'm trying to bring the positive
Okay,
vibes here
let's see
because
our first
it's
batch of
Pokemon and
headlines.
it's
I mean,
me.
first batch of headlines. They're not gonna be too major,
Okay.
but here we go.
I've heard that this game looks kind of
squad of
rough on the Switch
superstars.
version, but at least it's 60 FPS. I've heard.
Sonic and friends are spin dashing into a brand new
Looks
2D
fine.
side-scrolling game.
Yeah, but
Sonic
it's got to be good on the
Superstars.
Switch. That's where you got to
12
play
brand new
it.
zones away.
Oh no, yeah, the Switch is
Speed
like,
through
from what I've heard, the
beautiful
Switch is
worlds as
the
Sonic.
main version, and then they built all the other versions like on top.
Take to the sky.
Like they upgraded from the Switch version as the
Scale
base
walls
version.
and glide as Knuckles.
I mean, I'm seeing this
Or
looks good.
swing
They wanted to
power
get 60
as
FPS,
Amy
right?
Rose.
Which
Yeah.
I think is extremely important. Like if you make a 2D platformer and you're not hitting
Harnessing
60
the
FPS,
incredible
you're
power of the Chaos
you're
Emerald,
doing
Yeah.
something
You
wrong.
can summon a storm of
Like you
clones.
need to have your priorities straight.
It's
Which I
a good
think
looking
is really
game.
good.
secrets
Oh yeah, it looks fine.
and so much more.
I saw some screenshots and it looked kind of rough, but that might have been an earlier build.
Series, local co-op is available for up to 4 players.
Oh.
Here, let me turn off the subtitles.
Combine your powers.
Yeah, we've
and
seen
take
this
on
already.
the evil Dr. Eggman.
Yeah.
When Sonic Superstars
I don't think they
launches
announced
on
that
the Nintendo
it had
Switch
local
system
co-op
this
though, but
fall.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I thought this
That's cool.
is a
Couch
this,
co-op's
this
kinda
seems like a
slept
little
on
bit
these
more
days.
footage. Yeah.
A cozy life is just around
this
the
a farming
corner.
game?
Farming Simulator Number
Welcome to
1.
Palia.
Yo, this is
In
a
this
good looking
free-to-play
farming
This looks
simulator.
pretty good.
Create
Yeah.
the idyllic life of your
Looks
dreams
pretty nice.
alongside in-game characters and players
Looks like an
from all
MMO
over the
almost.
world.
Yeah,
I think it is MMO. It said
Build houses,
play with characters from all over
Decorate
the
your
world.
home plot. Grow crops
Maybe it's just
in your
It's a
garden,
it is a farming
and
like
more.
this is straight up
It
farm.
is.
Play with other
Whole-
residents in online co-op or
Oh,
carve
okay,
out
it's
your
online co-op,
blissful
not
life
MMO.
solo.
That's cool.
And if you're eager to explore,
Co-op's dope
there's
though. I think
plenty of
farming
life
games really
beyond the
need
village.
co-op.
Yeah.
Set off on a
Especially if
vast
you have, like-
journey to
It seems like they have like a
uncover
large
many
open world.
mysteries.
You guys need the
explore.
volume to be a
Just
little
kick
louder.
back and relax at
All right.
home. How you live is
All right.
entirely up to you. What kind of coziness will you
All right.
choose?
Looks pretty good,
Palia is free to
actually.
play and launches on Nintendo Switch.
It's free to
this
play.
holiday.
Oh wow, yeah, we'll
Yeah.
have to try that out. Do
Yeah.
some co-op.
Yeah.
Ignite your
Yeah.
heart.
In the holidays, it said.
Yep.
The Phantom Thieves return in this tactical spin-off of Persona 5.
We finally actually got mainline Persona games
When
on
the group
Switch
ends up
already,
in an
right?
unfamiliar world, they
Yeah.
must join forces with a
Yeah.
revolutionary named Arena.
Because for a long
The
time,
armies that have taken
Right.
we
control.
didn't have any.
We got
During
Persona
So I
5
kinda
Royal or
forget.
Assess the
something. Yeah.
situation and determine
Yeah.
whether to unleash an attack up close.
Because I remember the
from
first
far,
Persona thing that got
or
announced was
using
like
a persona.
a Warriors type game, I think.
Knock enemies down to perform
There's
another
so many
action
different
called
types of
One
Persona
More.
games.
Then surround your
Yeah,
foes and
I'm
take
just
them
trying
out
to
with
forget
dramatic
if we
flair
are.
using the
I'm
new
trying to
all-out
make sure we've
attack.
actually gotten the mainline
Triple
games. They're not
threat.
just announcing another
I'm pretty
spin off, and we haven't
we
got the
did.
mainline.
We
Yeah,
did
we
get
did.
one.
We did.
Yeah.
Fusion ability from the Persona series returns, allowing you to combine personas to form other ones. What is Arena's true objective?
music is good.
And what truths lie
Yeah, I mean,
hidden in
Persona
this
music is
strange
always good.
world?
Yeah.
They have a
Revolutionary
Persona 5
tale
song
will
on
ignite
Spotify I
when
listen to
Persona
sometimes.
5
I forget what it's
Tactica
called.
launches on Nintendo
It's really
Switch
good though. It's like a
November 17th.
remix of the in-game
Pre-orders for the
song.
physical version of the game begin today. Please check
Okay.
your local retailers. Step into a Saturday morning
I
cartoon.
think we saw this at Xbox.
Calling all heroes for the
Oh, no, we didn't. This is
first-person
different.
roguelike
This is
adventure.
interesting. Whoa, this is kinda cool.
Mid-Force. Enter a high fantasy world inspired by Saturday morning
I
cartoons
like it
of the
looks
past.
it's kind of cool
It's
how
up
it
to
looks
you
like
to
a
stop
cartoon.
the evil Daedalus from taking over.
Yeah.
Only parts of
But
it though.
won't be easy.
Yeah, it's more the
Treacherous
characters
tools
than
and
Yeah.
the
magic
world.
castles threaten
Yeah.
your survival.
They're doing different
Wield
shading on the
medieval
characters versus
weapons
the rest
and
of the game.
legendary
Yeah.
magic to smite hordes
Kinda like Breath of the Wild.
monsters.
I guess
During
it doesn't
each run,
look like a
you can
cartoon
find
when you're.
treasure
It
to
only
help
looks
boost your
partially looks like
character's
cartoon, which is
abilities.
kind of like.
Weapons. And
Yeah, I kind of wish they'd gone with the whole
Plus,
style. There's a
Right.
game at the
Heroes
Xbox
can
event
share
that went
the
for
adventure in
the
online
similar
co-op.
style, but the entire
Drop
game
in
looked
and
like
out
it.
at any
It
time.
might have
It's
been
like
harder to
hand-drawn.
show
Arrows
depth
ahead.
with the whole art
By the
style, maybe.
power of teamwork.
Yeah, it would be hard to do it in 3D.
Force launches
The
on
game
the
I'm talking
Nintendo
about was like a
Switch
top-down
system this
2D
year.
game, so everything was hand-drawn art.
This Splatfest
Oh, here we
is
go.
going to be
Splatfest in the
pretty
direct? Interesting.
sweet.
Yeah,
it's,
let's talk
it's,
about DLC
it's a
after.
Splatfest, yeah, probably right. Yeah,
Yeah, but maybe they'll transition to DLC.
probably.
Man, I don't even want to listen to you guys while I'm playing the game.
Yeah.
The
What's
next
this one for?
Splatfest for the Splatoon 3 game has been confirmed.
And it is
Okay,
about.
Squids, here's the theme.
Am I gonna be impressed?
Flavor of ice cream is best.
No.
Oh!
Strawberry or mint chip.
I'm gonna pause for a
This
couple seconds. I
Splatfest will
realize
be
I'm a
held
little
during
bit
the
ahead of
dates
you.
shown
Okay.
on screen.
There we go. I should be closer to where you are.
They're showing the Splatfest dates.
Yeah,
These choices are delicious.
because
I
I
get
just
favorite
realized I
flavor
saw
to
what the
victory.
Splatfest was before. It's nothing interesting though.
No.
Plus, get
Man, it would have been more
Splatty-themed
interesting to
battles
announce
with
the Zelda one than
challenges.
this direct, and
More
Foggy.
than this one when the Zelda
events
one
are on the
was.
way. Be on the lookout for more.
I
info
haven't
in
cared
the
about
future.
Splatfest in a while. Even the Zelda one, I didn't.
Well, I just
participate.
didn't have
I don't know.
time for it. I wanted to. Detective Pikachu 2, baby. Hey, the a Pioro person said this would be there or hinted at it.
Interesting.
Detective Pikachu 2.
Between the people and Pokemon of Rhyme City. I hereby proclaim
pretty
this
good.
day the start of Pokemon Friendship Week. Tim Goodman,
Did they model his
Pikachu.
room after the movie room?
you two are
Well,
the ideal
I
detective
don't.
duo.
The movie was modeled after the first movie. So.
Disguises are a key
The
part
movie
of
was modeled after the
detective
first
work.
game.
Goofing off and investigate.
Okay.
Yeah.
The room just looks
so
very
much for
similar.
my coffee.
Well, it
Something
should.
tells me this is just the
make sense.
beginning.
Yeah.
A light
Man.
roast today, huh?
The geometry on that Pikachu face.
It's I feel like this could look better, but it doesn't look horrible. I mean, it looks better than Scarlet and Violet.
Eh. It's probably not open world.
I think the character models could have used some better shaders.
Based on our deductions, the culprit is
This looks like a scaled up 3DS game.
Ultra brilliance. And
yeah.
I'm what you might call.
Yeah, it looks like
Great
they
detective.
made the game as a 3DS game as a base and built
I
off
sure
of
wish
it.
somebody would
It took a
bring me
long
some
time to
coffee.
finish though.
Obviously,
it-
it has like much better texture.
It might be a good game
Pikachu
though.
returns. Looks
I was
like he
hoping it would
still
look
loves
really
coffee.
good because Detective Pikachu
What
looked really good
cases
for
will
the
Tim
3DS.
and
Yeah.
this tough-talking Pikachu solve
Hence,
together?
yeah, hence why
More info
it
will be revealed in the future.
looks
The
like,
environments look better than Scarlet
Next,
and Violet.
Please take a look
Yeah.
at this.
yeah, that's probably true. All right, what are we getting? What are we getting? What are we getting? What are we getting? F-Zero? Even better. Super Mario
SNES
RPG remake.
Wow. Oh, that's wild. I've never played this game.
Get ready for the visual do-over. Oh, here we go.
What's it gonna look like? What's it gonna look like?
What the hell are we looking at?
Whoa. Damn.
Damn, there's the gameplay.
Is this in game or is that a cutscene?
I mean, these are cutscenes.
I mean, cutscene, but like, how does it look in game?
Yo!
I mean, pretty close.
but this looks amazing.
Damn.
Let's
No, I'm
go!
saying, yeah, it looks pretty close to the cutscene. It looks
Game
great.
of the year!
Oh.
Yo! This is awesome.
Man, this is dope. There's some real like quality behind this.
Oh, this is fantastic.
I have no idea what I'm looking at because I never played the game, but it looks good.
I didn't finish the game, but I played it.
I've seen like up to the first town.
This is amazing because there's Super Mario RPG has such a diverse world with so many characters. This is epic.
It's so clean. Those cutscenes are amazing.
Yo, Gino might make it
There's
into
definitely
Smash now.
CGI cutscenes, but the graphics in the game actually look pretty close.
Wow.
Wow, that was good. It was definitely CGI cutscenes, but the graphics in the game actually look pretty close.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
Wow. This game is gonna do well.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was Grezzo too, Leo Aguiar.
That would be impressive for them.
Yeah, I don't know if it is, but I am wondering.
I mean, didn't Grezzo make the did they
Link's
make the
Awakening
Link's-
remake,
the-
which-
yeah, Link's Awakening.
Yeah, so if they could do that, they could do this. November
Yeah, yeah.
17th.
Originally released on Super NES.
November
Super
17th.
Mario RPG.
That's our first new
returned
game.
with brand new graphics.
Whether you played the original game or not, why not take the opportunity to jump into the very first RPG in the Mario series?
Mr. Koizumi,
Hell
that
yeah.
last trailer featured Mario, but he's not the only one getting a game.
What do you mean?
Let's take
Oh, is this Donkey Kong?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. 'Cause I don't
Super
think
Princess Peach.
Oh what?
That's
Super
right.
Princess
Oh my
Peach.
God.
Is the main character in a brand new game.
This is a
When
2D
she
Mario.
steps on this particular spot on stage,
Huh? Whoa.
There was a Peach game
What on
before,
earth
like
is
on the Wii.
happening?
or
Yeah,
something, right?
or Super Princess
that's
Peach.
all we'll show for now.
Yeah.
We'll share more details at a later
Yeah.
date.
When's
Okay.
it coming out?
Koizumi, there's actually
That excites
something
me a
else.
lot
Hold on,
more
hold
than
on,
a new
hold on,
actual
hold on,
2D
hold on.
Mario.
Something else. Luigi's Mansion Remake! I told you!
Visually enhanced
What?
version of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, originally released
Oh,
on
Dark
Nintendo
Moon.
3DS.
Oh,
is
Dark
developed.
Moon.
Dark
That's actually
Moon.
kind of more
I did
hype
not
because I
say
played a lot of the
Luigi's
original.
ghostly entity.
The frame rate.
Let me
is
listen to it.
bad.
I'm sorry. That's it.
Both games.
The frame rate
will
was
That
launch
is
bad.
next year.
Before
Yeah, the frame rate has some issues,
Mario,
but it's probably just in
Princess
development.
Peach,
still.
and Luigi. Looks like Mario fans have a lot of
Yeah,
games
look
to
at that. It's
forward
very
to.
bad.
More details will be shared in the future.
We don't have a date on it
Alright,
either.
Let's see some more headlines.
So we only have a
No.
November game, so we still have a lot of games for them to fill up.
That's got to be an early year or
Yeah.
an early in development title.
So,
because that
Lu-
frame rate was rough.
So Luigi's
Okay, some
Mansion
third party.
remaster of Dark Moon and Super Princess Peach, but neither of those are coming out this year because they didn't give us a date.
Much to discuss.
Not even a window.
I want you to know
Is this
the fear
Arkham City?
that's coming.
This is an Arkham Knight.
This is the beginning of the end for you.
Don't think it's a.
Dark
Oh, it's the
Knight.
whole trilogy.
That's
You're
cool.
all going down.
Damn, they're getting Arkham Knight too. So you get Arkham City, Arkham Knight, and
You
Arkham
still
Asylum.
know
I
how to
see.
make
Yeah,
an
this looks really
entrance.
good for a Switch game.
Yeah, I mean this was a 360 game back
I
in
know,
the
but
day,
it
and
just
was
looks
insane.
good. Maybe that's just
I
how
mean, yeah.
low our Switch standards
It's-
are.
Soon I will command forces.
No, I'm just saying that that game in general holds up insane. So it's
Yeah.
it's
I mean, there was one of them on Wii U, or two of them, I think.
yep.
Place is
That same game was on Wii U, Arkham Knight. It was like a launch game, I think. or
Hopefully it
close to.
runs and looks a little bit better.
Gotham would be ours.
Yeah, Arkham Knight is
I believe that was the idea.
known for running badly, at least on PC.
I never played this, so like
These
this
are all
is
really good games. I played
Yeah.
a little bit of Knight and I really enjoyed it, but it did not run very well on my GTX 1060 back in the day.
Batman Arkham Trilogy.
How do you guys like the
launches
direct
on
so far?
Nintendo
It's pretty
Switch
good, right?
this fall.
It looks like
pretty
all that
dope.
Mario stuff was already done. I don't know if we're getting 2D Mario. I think that was the 2D Mario, the Peach stuff, but I
Lead
could be
your
wrong.
mercenaries through cursed dungeons in the lands
I
of
don't really
Gloomhaven.
want a new 2D
Your
Mario, to be
tactical
honest. I
prowess
want
is
them to do
all
something
that
more
stands
unique.
The-
between
the
riches
Peach thing is
and
different.
certain death.
I'm
Yeah,
down.
I see that exactly.
Adaptation of
Yeah.
the hit board game features turn-based
why I
card
want
battles
something
with
different.
RPG elements. Unleash deadly
We're not even
combos
halfway through the
and
direct
bring
yet,
doom upon your
and I don't
foes.
think we have
But
any idea of what's
beware,
in the second half.
Exhaustion is
Brandon-
Frame rate
close
in this
at
game
hand.
is also rough.
I think Metroid
From
Prime 4 might
17
actually come out this year.
mercenaries,
If that was a
brave
2D
over
Mario,
just
grueling
my-
missions,
like what, like
and
what,
master
we
over
don't have a
1,000
September or an
abilities.
October game yet.
Hone your deck, set up synergy,
very true.
and gain every advantage.
This
to
frame rate in this
survive.
game is
Grit
I don't
your
know if it's
teeth
just my end, but
and
it's
earn your
rough.
keep When Gloomhaven launches on the
I
Nintendo
didn't
Switch
even
system,
care.
September
I-
18th. Pre-orders for the Mercenaries and Gold
I'm just
Editions
saying it
begin
gets stuck
today
out like a
on
sore thumb.
Nintendo eShop.
Yeah. Oh boy! It's Just Dance! Oh man, here we go! I'm kidding. Case is that clear.
Overthinking, this is how we do it. Wake up, it's time to move. Just
They already announced this. I really feel like they I thought they announced it in a trailer outside of a direct, so they wouldn't have to show it in the direct, and then they just
Hey Ubisoft, you should invite me to one of those dance things.
I would.
Oh wait, hold on.
Dude,
No,
if I had-
la. They're gonna claim the video.
Whoa, is
They're-
it copyrighted? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Well, then we'll just talk over it. Like, dude, if I had to go to that 1-2
Yeah.
switch, everybody 1-2 switch event, I would have cringed into my very being and died on the spot.
Yeah.
That is an extrovert event.
I should have muted
for
this sooner.
sure.
It's probably too late for the stream. Ubisoft is gonna claim it because they're fucked. They're just like, this is dumb.
You can just clip it
Oh
out.
yeah, I'll clip it
afterwards.
out after. That's what I always do. But we'll see. I'm trying not to avoid that because it's just annoying.
Yeah,
Alright,
it
we're
is.
back. We're back.
A
Back to the
silent
audio.
hope lies in a world without
And it's
words.
only Just Dance. It's so stupid.
One day, a once peaceful realm
I like
was
this art style a
silenced
lot.
by its king. Now, 7 wordless warriors will rise.
Oh.
In
the game
this
does not look
action
like that.
RPG, these heroes bound by fate must work together to explore the abyss and find the secluded king. However, with its ever-changing
If I had
dungeons
unlimited
and
time
powerful foes,
and money,
Okay, it kinda looks
conquering
like
the
that.
abyss
There would
will
be so many
no
great
easy
games to
feat.
enjoy.
Wield weapons like swords, bows,
Like,
magic,
I actually think this looks
and
fun and
more
cool.
to
I just,
survive this
I know I'm not
I
gonna
mean, it
play
looks
it
like
just
GB
because
Diablo.
After you
I don't have
return
time,
to base,
but
materials you've collected
it looks cool.
will help you cultivate resources and forge new items.
I don't like the chibi look,
Repeated
but
forays into the abyss will
I kinda
enable
like
you
the
to
art
grow
style of the
stronger
world itself.
and dive deeper.
this game looks very much like Diablo.
Your guide on this journey is
But
the
like
kingdom's
Chibi-Diablo.
powerful princes, encased in
Chibi-Diablo.
crystals of their own tears.
Diablo.
And through a mysterious power, her voice reverberates in the hearts of the silent warriors. Why did the king steal the world's words? And what awaits the warriors in the depths of
we
the
still haven't seen
abyss?
Pikmin 4.
Silent Hope dives
That's
onto
very true.
Nintendo
Oh, that last
Switch
character looked like Link.
October 3rd. Sparks will fly
Mario
in these
Rabbids.
Nintendo Switch games.
Okay, maybe not.
Cast spells and cultivate your best life in Fae Farm.
Kevin says
Make
it's
use
not
of
Diablo
magic
at
to
all.
complete
That's fine.
tasks
I don't
and
play
fend
Diablo.
off mischievous foes. Enrich your farm to help your character
I mean, it's
flourish.
not Diablo at all.
Decorate
I
your
disagree.
space to improve your stats.
just meant,
for
like,
the
I'm not
day
trying to
ahead.
discuss that at the moment.
And
Yeah.
enchant your friends locally
It's
or
different.
online
Hey,
in 4-player
Farming
co-op.
Simulator number 2. Here we
Fae Farm
go.
Launches as a console exclusive on Nintendo Switch
Here we go.
September 8th. Pre-orders, including an in-game bonus, are available
I
now
predicted
on
3
Nintendo
farming
eShop.
simulators. This is number 2.
Zoom into wild racing action with Hot Wheels Unleashed 2
I've seen this game.
turbocharged.
I hope the
Choose
third farming
from over
simulator is
130
Tears of the Kingdom.
vehicles and pull off outrageous stunts to avoid obstacles, find shortcuts, and knock your rivals out of the way. Unleash your creativity by modifying
I don't know,
your
I'm starting to get
vehicles and
nervous
building
'cause
your own tracks.
there's
Race
still
locally with friends
a
in
lot
split-screen co-op.
that I want that I
Plus,
think
up
they
to
need still need to
12
tell us about
players
Mario
can
Kart
hit the track
DLC.
online.
We still need to see
Grab the
Pikmin 4.
wheel when this game speeds
And
onto
after
the
that,
Nintendo Switch
I still want to see
system
something
October
Metroid.
19th.
I want to see Tears of the Kingdom DLC, and I want to see F-Zero.
Get your
That's 5
chassis
things
looking
that
classy in
that
Manic
I'm
I think
trying to
I don't
see.
think we're gonna see Tears of the Kingdom DLC. I
Grab
think
a
they're
part,
wait. I think that's gonna be a bigger
fix it
thing
up,
than the Breath of the Wild DLC,
and toss it
and it
over.
might even be like
Not even a free
Vehicles
update?
to earn
Not
points
even
in
a free
solo
update?
play or 4-player co-op. But
I don't
watch
see the
out for
need.
treacherous
Okay,
pits,
maybe you're right.
pesky UFOs, and other workplace
We'll see.
hazards. Manic Mechanics launches first for consoles on Nintendo Switch July 13th. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop. Introducing
here's
the
a Mario
second
Rabbids DLC.
DLC for Mario plus
Alright,
Rabbids
there we go.
Sparks of Hope. Mario and friends journey to a musical planet filled with new
Where are we?
areas to
Okay,
explore
We're a little.
and new
We're
enemies
maybe
to battle.
around the halfway point, maybe a little bit past it.
What else will they find in this world of melodies? This new DLC, The Last Spark Hunter, launches later today. A demo of the main game
Oh,
is available now on
later today.
Nintendo
Yeah.
eShop.
I think you're a smidge ahead of me. Uh-oh. What's this? What's this? Oh, it's a Dragon Quest?
it does look like Dragon.
It's Dragon Quest something.
Yeah.
There is something about this, but I wasn't paying attention to it.
You intend to take arms against me?
Very well.
That voice acting was kind of funny.
You are now cursed.
You intend to take arms against me.
I feel like I'm watching like Dragon Ball. It does have the same
You're
art
going
behind
to
it.
have to become a
Yeah,
monster
same artist.
wrangler.
Yeah.
Oh. It's kind of cool. I wish Pokemon did that.
Let's go!
Combine the monsters.
Yeah, that would basically be a whole bunch of new monsters.
Yeah, but they'd be like combined forms of old monsters.
The so-called hero is here.
He's from a prior one. Alright, well, if you're into that, it's kind of cool.
That was Dragon Quest Monsters, the Dark Prince from Square Enix.
The graphics are
What
interesting.
kind of journey will you take?
Some
to
parts
become
look
the
really good, and
master
some
of Monster
parts
Kind?
look
It looks really simple to me.
Please be on the lookout for more info in the future.
Some
Fine.
parts look
Next,
clean,
we
I
have
should
more
say, and
news
some
on a
parts
certain
look
game with plant-like
very
creatures.
rough.
Oh, Pikmin time, Pikmin time, Pikmin time, Pikmin time. Does this count as a farming simulator? Does Pikmin 4 count?
To the Rescue Corps.
You really want it to.
No.
As its newest recruit, you'll venture to a mysterious planet with all sorts of life forms.
This is beautiful.
There,
Oh, inside a
you'll
house,
meet
confirmed. Oh, we saw it in the
creatures called
box.
Pikmin.
So.
Yeah, we saw it.
And the adorable rescue pup, Ochi. Good
Let's go.
boy. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, repair the
Should we
damaged
choose?
Rescue Corps spaceship.
Yeah, okay,
What
is
happens
this
if we
mission
don't?
Any
possible?
castaways you find. All right, let's explore together. Once plucked, Pikmin are ready for action. Blow your whistle to gather them and have them follow you. Throw your little buds at things, and they'll start working for you. Ochi will also prove to be a great canine companion.
Yes, Pikmin.
He can carry items with Pikmin,
We still don't have an October or September game.
or smash obstacles in your way. And if you need a flotation device, well,
Ooh, I like the depth of field in the back.
Oh, this
There
game
you go.
beautiful. This game is beautiful.
Ochi can even
Yeah.
stand up to the wildest
I heard it was
creatures.
confirmed. I saw on the one of those
Collect
like
lots of
game
Ooh.
cards you
treasures
buy the game on.
scattered
It's the
around the
digital
See that
version
Game
that
Boy
you buy in the
Advance?
store.
spaceship's radar and open
I'm
up
sorry,
new
what did you say?
areas
See the
to
SD
explore.
They confirmed it's running on Unreal Engine 4,
Oh.
which I had been
Exploration isn't
expecting for
limited to the
years before it was
surface,
even
though.
announced.
Why not take the plunge underground?
Into the depths.
Here, a completely
Yes, the
different
depths, here we
environment
go.
awaits.
Oh, epic.
Unusual contraptions,
It's more. It's like very platform.
native creatures.
Yeah, I mean,
Yo,
and
these are
even
there's a lot
more
of
treasures
inside building
around
areas.
Every corner.
yeah.
You might unexpectedly find some castaways too.
So this is not even like a main character. It's just like there are just castaways in general. Looks
Hey,
like
wait a minute.
that.
This leafy individual just nabbed the castaway.
Who's
You
that?
gotta stop him.
That's definitely Olimar.
It's time for a Dandori battle. Embrace the art of Dandori by strategically issuing commands to your Pikmin and Ochi.
That-
Collect more objects than your opponent within the time limit to win.
That's
and
Olimar
save the
growing out his hair,
castaway.
and apparently he's a redhead. That's what I think. Has the same head.
By
It's just hair on
rescuing
top.
castaways, you'll be able to do
That'd be
more
wild.
activities back at base camp. which
Does
is
everyone
right
agree
next
that,
to
that
your
that's
spaceship.
Olimar?
Train Ochi and teach him new skills.
I do not know.
Or
I'm
build
so into
new
this.
equipment
That's cool.
and
They got, like,
items to help make
RPG
exploration
elements.
more
Yeah.
manageable. For the first time in the Pikmin series, you can
Oh, here we go,
eventually
here we go,
set
here we go.
out for night expeditions.
Here we go.
But there's a
Night
catch.
expeditions.
I bet there is a catch.
Nightfall sends creatures into a frenzy, so stay alert.
Albino.
Thankfully, you'll come across the new Glow Pikmin.
Oh, new
which
Pikmin!
only appear at night.
It's like a
Whoa.
ghost.
Glow
Find
Pikmin.
That's so
luminals
cool.
that produce valuable glow sap. These
Oh,
mounds
ghost
also
dudes.
attract various wildlife, so use Glow Pikmin
Wow.
to drive them away and protect the luminals.
Love it.
Many more surprises
a lot of-
await on this
there's a lot of-
uncharted planet.
Gameplay. This might be the best Pikmin game yet.
But with the Pikmin and
Hell
Ochi
yeah.
by your side, no
Cool
challenge
boss
is too
designs, great
Or
graphics,
too
Ah, the
small.
graphics are great.
a lot of new areas to explore, different varieties of
Pikmin
gameplay.
4.
Yo, this is a game, bro. Pikmin 4, don't sleep on it.
In past
Hell
Pikmin
yeah.
games, you had to return to your spaceship before sundown. However, in this latest entry, you can now venture out at night. We
Let's
hope
go.
you can lead the Pikmin on your expedition.
We have even more Pikmin news to share.
Pikmin.
The HD versions of the
Yes!
first Pikmin games originally released on
Oh.
Yes!
will launch on Nintendo
Yes!
today.
Oh.
Shadow Drop!
Plus, ahead of the game's release,
Later
a demo
today,
of Pikmin
nice.
4 will be available on Nintendo eShop on June 28th. The demo can be enjoyed
Wow.
even if you've never
Oh,
played
nice.
a game in the Pikmin series before, so we hope you'll try it out when it releases.
That's epic.
Okay, let's see a few more headlines.
Still got about 10 minutes left. Mario Kart?
The renowned series of stealth
Okay,
action games is
Metal Gear.
infiltrating Nintendo Switch as
Oh.
Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1. This compilation includes Metal Gear Solid, infiltrate
So-
and regain control of Shadow Moses Island. Metal Gear
Running at
Solid
true
2, Sons of
240p
Liberty,
as intended.
locate and retrieve a deadly amphibious weapon. Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, survive the jungle and confront your former mentor. You can also enjoy the games that started the series, Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake, as well as the NES versions of both Metal Gear and Snake's
heard of
Revenge. This compilation
Did
also
not know those
contains the
existed, to
first
be
Metal
honest.
Gear Solid digital graphic novel and its sequel. Additional content includes screenplay books and master books with story and character info, strategy guides for each game, and a digital soundtrack.
Cool.
Metal Gear Solid Master Collection
Volume
Volume
1
launches on
More
Nintendo
coming.
Switch October 24th. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop. The first 3 Metal Gear Solid games will also be available separately on Nintendo eShop.
Nice.
It's time to survive.
You've seen this before,
Steel
right?
Thyself. Vampire Survivors is coming to Nintendo Switch.
I thought it was
Do you have
Castlevania
what it
related.
takes to survive a 30-minute onslaught of
Yeah, I
monsters?
was assuming as well when I saw the vampire.
Stay on the move to avoid enemies.
Saw Dracula and I was like,
automatically with your
Castlevania,
weapons. Seems easy at first, right?
don't know what this
but
is.
Swarms of increasingly stronger monsters will appear the longer you survive. By getting treasure chests from defeated enemies, or by leveling up.
If this is only like a $5
weapons and
eShop game, I
upgrades
would
for
play
your
it.
character. So shape them as you see fit. Plus, up to 4 players can now play together.
Yeah, this might be
in
fun.
Couch co-op.
It's like a
this
simple
like-
little thing.
What other horrors lie in store?
I can't tell if this is a new game
Find out
or if
when
this is like
Vampire
an
Survivors
old game
launches
that's
on the
just
Nintendo
been made with
Switch
I don't
online
know.
now.
August 17th.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Music
Pongle.
and pigeons?
What a company.
Sounds pretty cool. You're a pigeon. Yeah, you heard that right.
Captivated. Is
Play
it?
online in this rhythm battle royale and aim to be the last bird
I
standing.
think I've seen this.
Oh.
Up to 30 players
I
can
haven't.
ruffle each other's feathers in
Rhythm
musical
Battle
minigames.
Royale, what does that mean?
Copy the leader's actions perfectly in
I feel like I've
Yes,
seen this
Commander.
before, but no, I don't know.
Fire a slingshot to play
This
music
feels like,
in First Piano Shooter.
What's that game?
Race and fly
With
to the
the
rhythm
beans.
in, to the sky, and more.
Among Us?
No,
With over
not Among
20
Us.
mini games, you're in for an impeccably
It's
good
a multiplayer game. I mean,
Get
I
ready to
don't
shake
know.
those
I have it on
pigeon
Switch,
tails
I'm just naming
when
slipping my
Headbangers
mind.
Rhythm Royale
The
bobs
beans?
its way onto Nintendo Switch.
What does that mean?
It's a
October
platforming battle royale game. Forgot the name.
Ready,
Fall Guys?
set,
It's Fall Guys. yeah.
yo!
It has Fall Guys in there.
Penny is on the run, entangled
gonna
in a
call that a-
chaotic audition that veered way off script.
I guess
She's
it's a
managed to
battle
make
royale.
some powerful enemies and a newly animated friend. In this 3D platforming adventure from the team behind Sonic Mania, you'll explore the
Oh, a
bright
3D
and
platformer,
colorful
wow.
world
Yeah.
of Macaroon.
It's cool.
And
Oh, the
help
people who
Penny
made
and
Sonic
Yo-Yo
Mania.
escape the clutches of the
Nice.
grouchy
Actually, was
Emperor
not
Eddie.
interested in it at all
Perform
until they said it was a
stylish
3D
acrobatic
platformer with
tricks
the
to avoid
looks
Eddie's
cool.
massive
I'm in.
horde of
This actually is-
pushy
I'm hyped.
penguins. And power
None of
Yo-Yo
people make
to
3D
protect
platformers
Penny
anymore.
from
This looks
foul
good.
play. You can also put your speed running skills to the test in time attack mode to unlock special items,
The art
complete
style is not my
secret stages,
favorite.
and more.
But
You can
This
see the
is
Sonic
game's big
inspiration.
break.
She could.
After all, take the stage when Penny's Big Breakaway launches on Nintendo Switch early next year.
Gonna need another reminder for this one.
Early
Rev
next
up
All right,
for
Mario Kart
Wave
DLC.
5.
The direct hasn't.
Yep.
A brand new course is racing into Wave 5
Oh,
of the
look at that.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC.
I like it.
Introducing Squeaky Clean Sprint. More characters are also being added.
Yo,
From
Petey
Mario Kart
Piranha!
Double Dash, Petey
Oh, let's
Piranha.
go.
Let's go.
From Mario
Wiggler!
Kart 7, Wiggler.
Oh, hype.
Dang.
Those are some quality ads right there.
And from Mario Kart
Yo,
Nice.
Kamek!
Angry Wiggler. Dang, Kamek.
They're killing
Dang,
it.
I didn't think they were gonna add 3.
Wave
Well, there's
5 of the Mario
like
Kart
8
8
characters
Deluxe
they're adding, I
Booster
don't
Course
know.
Pass DLC for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game.
Are they adding that many? I
zooms onto Nintendo Switch this summer.
I thought they might add like one more.
Active
every,
Nintendo Switch Online Plus
I thought we
expansion
saw,
pack members
like,
can
5
enjoy
more
this
slots or
DLC at
something.
no additional cost.
I'm
The
not
DLC
sure.
can also be
Gotta double
purchased
check.
on its own. Two worlds, one fateful
This is,
encounter.
Okay.
A remake of the second Star
What is-
Ocean game, complete
Cool.
with new graphics that fuse 2D and
All right, there's gonna
3D
be at least
is on the
one
way.
hype thing.
After
I
a
was
mission
kind of
goes
hoping.
wrong,
I don't know.
this
Federation
looks
Officer
cool.
Claw
Yeah, it
is
does.
stranded on an undeveloped planet. There, he meets
looks
Reina,
good.
who possesses mystical
Yeah.
powers.
This
Was
looks
it
this does
fate
look cool.
or mere coincidence? Soon after, the two get entangled in a sinister plot within the galaxy. In this science fantasy RPG, select either Claude or Reina as your hero and play through the story from their perspective. You'll also meet over a dozen potential allies from all walks of life. During your adventure, the hero you chose and the decisions you make will have an impact on who can be recruited to your cause. Battles take place in real time, and
Love it.
skills can be performed with
Love
a
it.
single button.
Yeah. This looks even better than like
New combat features in
what's
this
the
remake
RPG
include
Octopath
stunning
Traveler.
enemies with chain
Octopath
attacks.
Traveler. Yeah.
I mean,
And
it looks like
having
it's the
allies
same
not in
engine.
your current party unleash
I mean, I
Yeah,
think it's
but
pretty
they're
obviously
going
the same
for a
engine.
letting you
different
map
style.
out strategic battles in your favor. As you
They've
search
used
for
the
a
same
way
engine in
home,
many different games,
and
but
Yeah.
ancient
they
prophecy
changed it a
will
lot.
unfold, and
Yeah,
your
it's more
destiny will
3D.
be awakened. Save the
I
planet
like this
in
a lot.
Star Ocean: The Second Story
I like
Arc,
how they handled the
launching on
grass
Nintendo
as
Switch,
well.
November
Good.
2nd.
I'm interested.
It's time to move
They get around a
Another
lot of the
WarioWare
style.
game.
That's, oh,
Get ready for more micro game mayhem in the latest WarioWare game. Hold two
you're
Joy-Con
gonna be hyped
controllers,
about this,
then
WarioWare fans,
action.
because
I wasn't sure we were gonna get another
crazy that
WarioWare
they even
game.
got one.
flurry of lightning-fast
yeah,
video
it was
games.
wild that we even got the one.
What
People
you
were
do
hyped.
Yeah.
as hell.
and how you move depends on the micro game. React quickly with the right movement, and you'll be on the road to
nice.
victory.
Excellent!
If
I might
you
like
have
some
two
more.
pairs of controllers, play with a friend in local co-op. Sync up your actions to beat each micro game. Plus, up to 4 players can live it up across various mini games in
This reminds me of a
party mode.
PS2 game
For example,
in the
this
best
dicey
way.
board game is going to keep you on your toes.
I like how everybody
Get
wants to
your
Switch
body
is not in this
moving
direct.
In over 200 lightning-fast micro games.
Not so far. Probably won't be.
In
Watch
WarioWare,
that's how they close
Move
it out.
Launching on the Nintendo Switch system November 3rd.
All right, we need
Pre-orders begin today.
we need
on
a
Nintendo
big hitter
eShop.
or two to close out the direct.
Mm.
There's at least one.
Why aren't you saying anything?
He was
There's always
so into
an
it.
end. There's
I
one
didn't
more.
want to interrupt. Anyway, this
Funny.
is the latest WarioWare game. You'll use your entire body to strike different poses and complete microgames. We have a few more things to share.
Oh, a few more. That's more than one. F-Zero? F-Zero?
Families can join the fun at Nintendo Live 2023.
It's like anti-F-Zero.
Play games, enjoy live performances,
Wow,
take
this
photos
thing
with
we
some
already
of your
know
favorite
about.
characters, and more. Plus, cheer on your favorite players in 2 championships. Eligible attendees can also compete in on-site tournaments and participate in a last chance qualifier. This all-ages celebration is free.
I'm gonna
and
be
will take
honest.
place September 1st through 4th in Seattle, Washington.
And I always am.
Registration for Nintendo
But
Live 2023 ends June 22nd.
depending on how they close Direct, I may have
random
negative
drawing for a
opinions or
chance
not.
to
We'll
receive
see.
tickets.
It could
Yeah.
be still good,
PAX
but it
West
depends how they
holders
close out.
interested in attending can visit the
It
official
really
PAX
depends
West
how they close
website
out.
for
Really
more
does.
details. Those not selected will have another chance to
Because everything they've announced is good, but it's not like
the top
the
10
thing,
players
There's been
you
a
know?
each will
lot
get
of
tickets.
third-party stuff.
Please visit
Yeah.
the official website for more details. See you there.
Okay.
A vast number of players are enjoying their time
Here we go.
in Hyrule
Here we go.
in The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, which
Okay.
released last month.
What are we getting? What are we getting?
Thank you all very much.
Thanks for playing. That's it. Come on, that's not
I
it.
hope they don't
Amiibo
announce the
figure of
DLC,
Link from the
because I'm
game
hoping it
Hold
was
was
on.
really
released to
cross-gen.
coincide with the
Here we
game's
go.
launch. New amiibo
Yes!
and Ganondorf
There we go.
plan to be released.
Mwah.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Looking
Beautiful.
forward to them.
Nice.
Okay,
Definitely
Just
getting
amiibo.
this next segment will be our last
Oh,
announcement.
it's the
Please take
last
a look.
one. It's the last one. It's the last one. It's 2D Mario.
Oh. The style's nice. at
It
least.
looks incredible.
Yeah, that's really nice. Oh, I like all like. There's a lot of new looking stuff. Oh, that animation's really cool.
It's very
Oh, this
cool.
looks fun.
This is incredible.
This actually looks so
This is-
much different from like the new stuff.
It looks
You know what I
amazing.
mean by the new stuff, right?
Yeah,
Like the new branded
I
stuff.
know. Which is not new anymore. It's old.
No. Souls out.
Mixing it
What is
up.
that thing? Oh. Oh, this is cool. What's happening?
It's cool.
Oh, what are those? Oh, what is that? What is the wiggly?
Wow.
Ah.
They got creative.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm
I mean,
down.
they had
It's gonna be
to.
great. This is gonna be great. Yeah, they had to.
People have been so hating on the new style for so long.
This is a good-looking game. Super Mario
Yeah,
Bros.
this is-
Wonder.
The animations for Mario are so nice. Oh, this
Goro.
is so cool. Whoa. I like the grind rails a lot.
Yoshi, baby. Yeah, I love the design. That's such a callback.
I like when their feet do that, like,
Multiplayer. It's a beautiful game.
yeah. Oh? What was that?
Very cool.
Very nice.
Wowie zowie! That Goomba looks so
Oh!
well then.
It's talking.
Elephant Mario.
Yo, this voice acting.
That
Yeah,
was
that
the
little
brand new
dude
2D
has
side-scrolling
voice
Mario game, Super Mario Brothers
Wow.
Wonder.
I know I just said I
You
didn't
touch a
really want a
Wonder Flower,
Mario game, but
Expect the unexpected.
I actually
The
really
ground
want to
could
play
start
this.
moving,
Yeah.
or you might turn into something different, for example.
There were also flowers talking. Daisy is playable. And Mario became an elephant
Yeah.
at the end. A
Yep.
lot of things happened.
That did happen.
We'll share more details in the future, so we hope you'll look forward to it.
That's all for today's Nintendo Direct. Thank you for watching.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
Andres is dead inside.
I'm dead.
Andres says deceased.
I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm so dead.
I am gonna take a second to go grab these pancakes out of the oven that I forgot I've been left in there the entire time, but it's okay. It's only been on like 125 degrees.
Yeah. Oh, let me know when you're back. I'll talk about this for a few minutes. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm not dead. It's alright. It's okay. It's okay. Alright. Oh, so yeah, that was that I would 2D Super Mario Wonder, that looks like it's a very good looking game. One quick moment. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm still here. All right. Okay. All right. I was just shutting the door a little bit because there was noise.
I could hear you even after I took my headphones, just screaming that you're dead. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So, yeah, JR Tokyo. I will look on the bright side. With Super Mario Bros. Wonder is looking like
something. It looks cool.
It's pretty much everything.
Elephant Mario, grind rails.
No, like
weird changing of the backgrounds.
I think
that I didn't really understand.
I think the 2D Mario is pretty much what it needed to be. Like it's very creative. It's new. It's fresh. New art style. Like this is looking like an incredible 2D Mario game. So that is impressive. That is a great game for October. Super Mario RPG also looks like
that is hype.
Looks like a fantastic remake that's coming out in November. Those are great things. The Mario Kart DLC looks fantastic. They're working on a Luigi's Mansion remaster, and they're also working on a 2D style Peach game. Those are also very cool. Pikmin 4 looks like it's going to be absolutely stellar.
Oh yeah, that game's gonna be dope.
But do I think that this direct gave me confidence that the second half of this year is going to be really good?
No.
It's going to be fine. It's not gonna. It's
confidence that the Switch 2 is not coming out this year.
Oh yeah, no, the Switch 2 is not coming out this year, but it's
next year for sure.
It's coming out next year for sure. We're on the same page. And
I'm waiting holiday. We haven't seen anything of the 3D Mario. They'll probably they might announce that.
I don't know.
At the same time,
there's a lot of Mario stuff that they have in the works, which is fantastic. I love that, but not showing Metroid, not showing F-Zero, not showing Donkey Kong, not showing
Metroid Prime 4 is cross-gen for sure, bro.
Yeah,
100%. It's put down in my mind.
You may be right now. I think you may be right. Well, I don't know. I mean, like, I think it's gonna be when we say cross-gen, do we think it's going to be the launch title? I don't think it's gonna be the launch title. I think that's 3D Mario.
There can be multiple launch titles.
Would they really release Metroid Prime 4 and 3D Mario on the same day though?
Probably not. I do think it will be within the launch window.
I mean, they launched.
I mean, if it launches in like September and Metroid Prime 4 comes out in like October or November.
But we're talking about for next year, right? Like
yeah. Next year specifically, 2024.
Yeah. This is definitely. That was definitely this direct. What it tells me is that the Switch generation is done. That's. I mean, when I say done, there's still gonna be games coming. But it's going to be like this is it's very clear now that they are just pivoting to next year for their bigger stuff, because the biggest game they have is 2D Mario, and from a sales perspective, 2D Mario is going to sell buttloads.
Oh yeah,
but I also think it's kind of weird that like their second half lineup is Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and Super Mario RPG. That's their second half lineup. That's it.
Huh.
Everything else is third-party stuff and DLC.
DLC.
Everything
yeah.
else is DLC. And like that, there's nothing else.
It definitely feels like.
So like no August game, no
Whole
September
nother-
game, no December game.
I mean, I kind of maybe that's why they were so worried about hitting their sales
Yeah.
number. They didn't have like a
Yeah.
system pusher. I mean, 2D Mario though with the Mario.
No, I
movie,
mean it's
that
gonna.
could sell, like,
No, it's going. They're
I
going
wouldn't be
to.
surprised if that sells 20, 30 million.
They're
units
going
by
to
the end of
sell
the year.
well. Yeah, it's going to sell well, and there is a lot of good third-party stuff. Like that is true. It isn't like there isn't games to play. There are games to play, but
2D
and-
Mario
yeah.
is going to be one of the best-selling Switch titles by the end of the year. It's going to be in the top 10.
Oh, easy. Yeah, I mean, it's a good point. Tardigrade. We're getting pick 1 and 2, but it's not physical. It's just like a digital release. So I
Yeah.
would definitely say that this Nintendo Direct is average at best.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It started off pretty strong,
yeah,
but then
Yeah, like
Yeah.
20 minutes in, I was like, "Oh, this, all right." Like this is, there's a lot of room for crazy stuff. In the second half, not really crazy stuff. I'll like me being like totally like transparent. I was thinking, like, I was already like, all right, this is not what I was hoping for with before the last thing. But when they say when they said the last, I was hoping when they said there's still a few more things that we're gonna have like 2 like cool back-to-back announcements. They only had 1. The other thing was like the Nintendo Live stuff. Like I don't care for that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're hyping it up though. So I don't know. I was if the last thing was Metroid Prime 4, I would have been like, this Nintendo Direct was great. But because it was 2D Mario, which by the way is a fantastic game and is probably going to be, I don't know, Pikmin 4 might be a bigger deal for me. But it's definitely
I'll probably enjoy Pikmin 4 more, but
like,
I've just never been a huge 2D Mario fan.
I don't know.
in general.
I'm gonna really enjoy it. I'm probably gonna 100% Mario Bros. Wonder, like for sure. But
No, I definitely won't. But
I
I'll
will.
probably pick it up, and if it looks
Yeah.
literally anything like the new games, I was definitely not going to.
Yeah, I
This looks
guess
actually really interesting.
I guess my issue is just kind of like it's a lot of Mario and nothing else. Which is
Yeah.
why
I mean, there's not that much first-party stuff in general.
no, it like again, there's no August game, there's no September game, there's no December game.
Mostly third-party stuff, and not even like big third-party stuff. It's like smaller third parties.
Yeah, and it almost
Like they could have had a 25-minute long
yeah,
third-party direct.
it almost makes me feel like Switch 2 could come out like early next year. I know that's not what the reports are suggesting, but like I almost feel like that could be like a March release or something because like
Maybe if they announce it really early in the year.
yeah, like
I don't know, because they're not going to announce it before like December, and they're not going to announce it in December.
I don't
most
know
of the
because
time.
it's like it's 2D
They're
Mario.
not going to announce it
it's
right after
it's an
Black
old
Friday.
it's an old Mario RPG remake. Like that's their holiday lineup. Like those aren't the kind of games you would buy a new system for. They're you know what I mean? Like it's not like Metroid Prime 4 or like a 3D Donkey Kong as the holiday titles. It's a 2D Mario game and a Super Nintendo remake.
Yeah.
Which are gonna sell probably better than a Metroid and a Donkey Kong. But
True.
it's just kind of like you would kind of want to wait for the newer hardware to get the better looking, better performing games. With these kind of games, they're a little bit more on the safe side, if that makes any sense.
Oh yeah, they're gonna look
Yeah.
pretty much perfect on the base Switch. So
Right, exactly. Like yeah, so
there's
like
no real need for them to get. I mean, would they look better at
In
4K with like perfect anti-aliasing, sure.
but
they're gonna look great on
Yeah.
the Switch.
yeah. Now, I will tell you this though. I do have an optimism that Metroid Prime 2 could be shadow dropped in a September Nintendo Direct,
Yeah, that's
because
possible.
there's not much for September. They could shadow drop that in September, in a September Direct, but that's pretty much it. So, and maybe they could show off Metroid Prime 4 in the September Direct, right? Like maybe that's what they do. They showcase it. Maybe Metroid Prime 4 is a big title for early next year, because it's been said it's supposed to come out by the end of the fiscal year. So maybe, we're still not that far off. But, yeah, I mean, this is, Mario Bros. Wonder, Mario RPG. I'm excited for that. I think the other thing is that they brought up the amiibo for Tears of the Kingdom, and those are fantastic amiibo. What are they? Did they offer anything new in terms of content for the game? Like, they didn't announce any sort of free updates or anything like that at all.
Nope.
It's just like, hey, there's gonna be some amiibo coming. Have a great day. It's interesting.
Yeah, I don't think they need to add any more content to the game right now. I think they're gonna wait.
Yeah.
Talk about new content. I don't know when, but I am leaning even more towards now that it's going to be like cross-gen content. Maybe even launches on the same day as like a 4K update for the game, or just close. Like close to the launch of the Switch, like very close. Within like the first month. An update, a 4K update for the game and DLC drop. That would be really nice. Because I want new content to play when they do like the update for the Switch 2 version.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at Nintendo's Twitter to see if I can get any exact, or just get the date. So Mario Bros. Wonder is coming out October 20th. The Tears of the Kingdom amiibo is coming out holiday. So conceivably, they actually could still announce Tears of the Kingdom DLC in the September Direct, and that could coincide with these amiibo for the holiday. So they could do something like that. So let's see. The visually enhanced Dark Moon is in development, coming to Switch in 2024. You know what vibes this is giving me? This is giving me 3DS remake vibes, which, pun intended.
It is
so it is
of a 3DS game.
right. But what I mean is, on the 3DS in the last couple years of its life, when the Switch was out, they had a lot of remakes coming out in that window.
Yeah.
So
You know what Super Mario RPG reminds me of is they remade other Mario RPGs for 3DS too. The Mario and Luigi games.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because they remade Luigi's Mansion for 3DS in the end of its life cycle, and now we're getting a enhanced 3DS game to come towards the end of the Switch's life cycle. So it's just very interesting how that's coming together. It looks like they are going to really, how they handle the 3DS to Switch transition is how they're going to handle the Switch to Switch 2 transition. It looks like, at least in the sense of there's going to be a lot of remasters and remakes coming out that will be improvements and it'll look great on Switch because they're enhancing old games, which I think is very strategic. I think that's something to kind of consider about this whole Direct. Like, the games they put out are very strategic because they're going to look great years from now, but there's also not much expectations for what the kind of games they are. Like, if they're old remasters, they look way better than they used to. So you're not going to be thinking, man, I really wish it was on newer hardware, right? And 2D Mario, like, it's just 2D Mario, and it looks fantastic.
It did look really nice. They are still going for that very like flat look.
Yeah.
I guess like they don't have like a ton of depth.
Yeah, it's not like a 2.5D.
No, but it still works really well.
Yeah, the Peach game looks like a 2.5D game. It almost looks like
that game looks like a like you can move along like a 3D.
I'm not sure. I have to double check the footage, but it is.
That's what it looked like to me, but the camera may be fixed still.
Yeah, it could be fixed, but there is depth to it for sure. Yeah, I mean,
I
I
haven't
could
uploaded
the
Direct yet. I'm trying to find it.
I can show you guys. I'm looking at the screenshots on Twitter. But I have the Peach stuff up here. Like it looks good. Like this Peach game looks good graphically. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be a fun game too. And here's the Luigi's Mansion game. It's Dark Moon, just with cleaner textures. Yet. Mario RPG, November 17th. So, I mean, I said that Mario Wonder and Mario RPG are the only holiday games. That's not true. Detective Pikachu Returns is coming out October 6th. So there's that. That is a Nintendo published title. And then there's Pokemon. So they're giving us Mario and Pokemon stuff to end the year, which are like those are like the two things that like the simplistic style Mario games. And when I say simplistic, I don't mean it like bad. I just mean 2D Mario RPG. Like they're not like they're not 3D Mario, right? They're not like high graphic fidelity games. So like they're giving us that in Pokemon. Like those are the kind of games that you don't have high expectations graphically for, but are going to sell really well. It feels very business strategic. Like they're doing what they can to maximize sales for the second half, but also holding back a lot of the really hype stuff for whatever reason, which we're assuming is Switch 2. Yeah. So I think that's what's going on here, and that's pretty much it. I don't know if you have anything else to add, Brandon. I forgive you. I hate you. I was hoping you were going to say F-Zero. I don't know. Did you? Did you? I'm trying to find what you were talking about. Headbangers. Oh. Yeah, that looks like something I just didn't even look at. Yeah, we saw this. I was debating if this was a farming simulator. It was something that we were just kind of talking over. Like we didn't care about it at all. Yeah. Man, this Mario RPG thumbnail though looks awesome. Yeah, Just Dance though is really good. Let's put a poll in the chat. I'm curious how you guys feel about. Let me come back to my face real quick.
A direct.
Yeah, I'm curious how you guys feel.
Like A, B, C, D, F.
Oh, I don't think they were able to hear you for whatever reason. Can you guys hear Brandon now?
What?
You should be able to hear him now. Is it?
F.
I don't know why they couldn't hear. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, they couldn't hear you for a little bit. That's my fault. Yeah, I had
You switched to a different scene or something?
I switched to a different scene where they couldn't hear you. My bad.
How could you do this?
I'm sorry. I apologize. All right, but here.
That's not enough.
Let me put up a poll.
And I really want to go back and look at that
Drop my mic.
Luigi's Mansion game, but they really did not upload it.
Let's grade the Nintendo Direct. Now I can't put every option, right? So feel free to elaborate, but I'm gonna put what I can. A, B, C, D, or worse.
You put F.
Just skip straight to F.
Yeah, just skip straight to F. That's what most people do.
Nah. It's not an F. It's not actually an F. I mean, I know some people.
If
will
it's
feel that
below
way, but
D, it's an F.
yeah, I think it's a C Direct.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna have an option below D, then why anything but F?
I'm on the C because they gave us games to play. Like it's not like we're not gonna have things to play.
I think it's like high C.
And they were good. The things they showed were good. It's just nothing there was like holy like blew me away good, right?
Yeah.
Do we know when the Mario Kart DLC is coming out? Did they give us a date? They showed
Probably.
they showed a lot of cool stuff, but
Rev up for
I'm trying to find the. Ooh, here we go. Luigi's
additional
Mansion.
cost. The DLC can also be purchased on its own.
yeah, but what's
Cost.
the date? I want
Join
the
this
date, damn it.
expansion pack Nintendo this summer.
They just said it's
Wonder
coming
who's
summer.
developing this.
All we know is it's coming
remake.
summer 2023. That's all we know. So probably July. Oh, I don't know. Maybe July. Yeah. So far the poll has been up for a minute, 27 votes in, and 46% are saying it's a C, Nintendo Direct.
That's fair.
Samuel, I mean, basically every new game was Mario related. Yes, and I love Mario. I was excited. I was excited for the Mario stuff, but I wanted variety. They didn't give us a lot of variety. Sweet Luna, it's an A for you. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, they're technically got the last Mario games for the Switch, Sweet Luna, because we're getting the Luigi and Peach games, unless you don't want to count those as Mario games, which I can see your argument there. But in terms of like Mario being the main character, I think you're right. But I don't know. I mean, you never know, because they could announce like another remaster a little while back. Mr. Biscuits, you think they baited us with Tears of the Kingdom? I did get, when I saw Tears of the Kingdom, I was like, oh, great, yes, give us something kind of cool, right? Like, announce some kind of update, and they just showed the amiibo, and the amiibo do look great. They are good-looking amiibo. I probably will get them, but yeah, they didn't give us any kind of content, so I hear what you're saying there. Yeah, I think this is a C Nintendo Direct. You know, I don't normally grade a Nintendo Direct so low, but just being honest, I think it was a C Nintendo Direct. I mean, I'm gonna love Pikmin 4. I'm gonna love Mario Wonder. I'm gonna love Mario RPG. I'm playing them all. I'm gonna beat the crap out of them. I'm gonna enjoy them. But you know, there's no August game. There's no September game. There's no December game.
Yeah, this year is gonna be very light.
Yeah, that is light. Like, you know, I was on the side arguing, nah, they're still gonna have a good, like, and they're still gonna have something. Like, there is still something, but it's definitely light. It's definitely very light. Oh, there is also Detective Pikachu. I keep forgetting about that. There is that.
I'm looking at the trailer again for that Peach game, and you definitely can move like the cameras on fixed plane, but you can move in like 3 dimensions.
What, the Peach thing?
Yeah.
Did a video come out for it?
No, I just found it.
Oh. Well, I was gonna search through and watch it here. Oh wait, that's right. You can't be heard. Can you talk for me for a second? Say something.
Yo.
Okay, Brandon can now be heard.
Hear me.
Hear my cry. Star Ocean looks cool. Penny's Big Breakaway looks cool, but it's not coming out till next year, so I'm gonna forget about it. Let's see if there's any new updates on Twitter. Nintendo's Twitter. Another Pikmin trailer, which we already seen. I mean, they're definitely showing out with Pikmin. They gave us a demo, Pikmin 1 and 2. Like, those are out now. Like, that's great. Like, that's awesome. Like, they did great with the Pikmin stuff. Yeah, like, you know, the stuff they showed is good. It's just, I want a little bit more variety, and I was expecting to fill out more than they did. But
Hyped for Dark Moon, though. I'm looking
whenever
at it
that
now.
comes out.
Yeah, whenever that is. It doesn't look as good as Luigi's Mansion 3, but
No.
I wouldn't expect it to, because I don't think it's a ground-up
No,
remake of the game.
it's not. They
just said visually enhanced.
Yeah.
It does definitely look a lot better than the 3DS game.
It's a remaster. It's 100% a remaster. It looks just upscaled to me. Like, they probably cleaned up the textures. I don't know, maybe they improved the geometry.
The textures are
I'm not
definitely
sure.
much better.
Yeah. I'll have to do, like, some comparisons.
Luigi's model is definitely not the same as the 3DS one, I can tell you that right now. Unless the 3DS one just had a really impressive character model.
I am not sure.
The textures are also much higher resolution than anything I would like. This it looks like a Switch game to me. It just doesn't look like
Well,
we just mentioned 3,
there's-
which looked like an
you know,
insane.
Switch games, they are not always like the most impressive looking. So there's quite a range with Switch games.
It's very true.
There are Switch games that look as good as 360 games. Or
360
worse.
games look good.
Yeah, I mean there are.
I
Some
mean,
good
honestly,
360
the
games.
Switch isn't that much more powerful than a 360. So
You
I mean,
take
the Wii
that
U
back.
wasn't either.
You take
It's
that
not-
back.
I mean, the Wii U was pretty close to 360, and the Switch isn't like
Right.
worlds ahead of the Wii U either.
Right.
So it's not like worlds ahead of the 360, but it definitely like kicks the 360's ass. Like,
I'm trying to
in
find
certain
like
titles.
some press release screenshots of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon from 3DS because I can't see anything that's like open image new tab. I guess maybe I can get a bigger view of the image here.
if you want to find Luigi's Mansion game, it's at 42 minutes and 30 seconds.
Is the direct uploaded yet?
No, but you can just go back to the whole thing.
I mean, this is the same room from the.
You can still
Oh,
view
it is.
the old direct. They didn't take it down.
Okay. I'm just looking at. I'm comparing. I have on stream like the two different like the 3DS screenshot versus a Switch screenshot. Obviously, the resolution's way better. So that alone makes a huge difference. You can't.
yeah.
It's really hard to even make out the textures and stuff because of how low the resolution is.
On the 3DS, yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't it 240p?
The 3DS screen?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So it's hard to even like. So I mean, I think
Yeah.
lighting, I think the lighting and the resolution and the textures are all improved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The frame rate, however, is rough for some reason. I don't understand why.
It's tough to say.
Because yeah, this definitely doesn't look as good as like Luigi's Mansion 3, but it's
Yeah.
got to use an adapted 3DS engine, so it might be giving them some difficulties. I mean, the game's not done, so I can't judge it.
Oh
too
man, well, it
harshly yet.
looks like we're getting an upset in the poll. This is crazy.
Oh.
I don't think I've ever witnessed any sort of like comeback like this before. Holy mackerel. This is crazy. So we're 8 minutes in, 73 votes. At 15%, which is the smallest vote, people are saying the Nintendo Direct is an A, 15%. At 18%, people are saying it's a D or worse. At 32%, it was 33 a moment ago, which is what spurred me to talk on this now. 32% said it was a B. And, oh man, it keeps changing. Now 33% are saying it's a C. So 32% say it's a B, 33% say it's a C, and then A and D are tied. This is crazy.
Dang.
Yeah, because at first C was dominating. And now B and C are pretty close. Man, those A and D votes are splitting it up. It's quite fast. Oh man. Oh man. Oh, all of a sudden now B has overtaken. You guys really feel that positively about the Nintendo Direct? It's a B. Okay. All right.
Interesting.
A lot of people are now piling in, just voting B for the Nintendo Direct. You guys are really pushing the B.
You know what's crazy, Andres?
Yeah. A B has overtaken.
We're stopped at nearly the exact same frame. You're not even stopped. You're like on a picture,
It's screenshot.
but like that's pretty much the exact same frame that I have the direct stopped on. So I went to go look at the stream to go like look at the chat,
Yeah.
and then I was like, wait, am I still on the direct? But it was it's because you had screen capped the exact part of the trailer I was in. Oh my god, that threw me through a loop. I'm gonna put in my vote. Maybe that will change. Oh
Wait.
wow. Yeah, B is
B is
coming in strong.
I think me talking about it, it was like, oh yeah, let's fight for our B direct. I think the B defenders came out of the woodworks.
The B defenders.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if that's how you feel, that's fine.
Come on, C defenders, assaultier folk.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, this Nintendo Direct was definitely worse than the February Nintendo Direct. Definitely worse.
There was a lot of stuff that I just don't really care about.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that's just like really, and it's just like.
Well,
the
other thing is it does depend on the person, right? Like, I mean,
come on. Like, some things are just irredeemable. Like, announcing an ice cream Splatfest in the middle of the Direct. What are you doing? Stop.
What's also funny is that they excluded other things from the Direct because they didn't put everybody 1-2 Switch in this Direct. They had a Bat Kaidos announcement yesterday, and they didn't put that in this Direct either. We already knew about them, but
there was an announcement though that they made that they had already announced that I was surprised about. That I commented on. I forget which one it was. There was some stuff that we had seen before that they announced again. Oh yeah, Just Dance. That's what it was.
Yeah, Just Dance is sick. King Frost, thank you. King Frost said, you almost called 3 farm sims, LOL. We got 2. Yeah. You know what? Pikmin counts as a farm sim. There. I was right. Take that. Nah. I don't want to call Pikmin a farm sim. It's definitely more than a farm sim. All the farm sims on Switch, there were some good looking farm sims. Like they looked cool. They were fun looking farm simulators, but they were farm simulators. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't put Ban Kaidos in the Direct. It was odd. Just odd.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? The C has retaken the lead from B. It's crazy. This is crazy. This is the fight of the century. It's insane. You guys are blowing my mind.
Coming back.
Yeah. It's crazy. Can I pop this out and show you guys on screen?
You should be able to.
Yeah. This is crazy. I'm just floored. The C defenders are coming in droves now. And they're like, no. How dare you insult my C direct by calling it a B? It is clearly a C. Like, this is crazy. Like B was down by like 6-8%, and it slowly caught up to like 3 or 4 naturally without me saying anything. And then I started talking about it, and then B went up by like 8-9%, which is just, it blows my mind. Are you guys using your alts? Don't use your alts.
That's just choking me to death.
Don't cheat.
They gotta be on. This is 101 votes.
Yeah,
Here.
don't cheat. I mean, people could be coming in and out, but don't cheat.
True.
Yeah. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, guy you don't know. Andres, I wasn't expecting the Mario RPG remake to be so faithful to the original, but I'm not complaining. I really want to beat the original game now. It looks really. I'm really happy about it. Actually, I'm excited for it. Super Mario RPG is gonna be pretty fun. I never finished Mario RPG. I don't plan on finishing the original. I'm just gonna wait to play this remake because it looks amazing.
Right.
Yeah. Samuel A, you think next gen is coming within 9 months now because of this direct? That is something that I'm kind of feeling as well. Like, I was thinking that Switch 2 is not coming out till like at least summer next year, and I could be wrong. Like I thought Metroid Prime 4 would be here today, and F-Zero, and something for Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, we got something for Tears of the Kingdom, technically. We got the amiibo, but I thought we would get like some sort of update to the game. There's a lot wrong on all these counts. So I was right about 2D Mario. I have my notebook here. I'm gonna literally tell you what my predictions were. Right before I made my predictions video, I had my notes here for the games. So let's see here. Where are my notes? Someone ripped out the page. The truth could not be witnessed. Why don't I have? Where are my? Is this a different notebook? Where are my notes? No way. Oh, you know what? I was missing my notebook, so I wrote down this scrap of paper instead that I have here to the side. So these are my like notes. I like kind of like a little brief little outline. My prediction was something Mario. Boy, was I right about that. Another remaster. Was right about that. F-Zero. No. Not at all. Metroid Prime 2, 3, and 4. No. Donkey Kong. No. You know, and I got really excited because when they showed them RPG, they're like, oh, there's another character that's getting a game that's in that trailer. And I was like, holy
I thought
crap.
it was gonna be Donkey Kong.
Yeah, because there was a Donkey Kong with like the crown on it, and I was like, yes! And then it was Peach. And I was like, all right, that's cool. But that's not a Donkey Kong. So yeah, this is definitely one of those directs where I would say very wrong. So I think I lost my monitor for a second. It like just turned off. I don't know why. It just like random reset. So and that's where I have the audio working through. Give me a second. Brandon, can you hear me? Okay. You can hear me.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just the stream like something happened to my monitor and it just closed out and it lost the chat. All right, cool. All right, so it looks like the video was gone, but the audio was there. Okay, thank you, Lewis. But it looks like we're back now. I'll come back to my face. We're almost done for today. Yeah, so didn't get many predictions right this time. No. I apologize, I guess. I'm just gonna take the fat L. We got Mario something, we got remasters. You know, that was true. I am very curious now if the F-Zero stuff, the Metroid Prime stuff, Donkey Kong stuff, that's all being saved for the next system. Because, you know, I was wondering, like, all right, so if we get Metroid Prime, we get F-Zero, you know, what would Nintendo be saving for the next gen? And the only thing I was like, oh yeah, 3D Mario. Okay, but what else? You know, like what else do you have besides 3D Mario? So like they need to have a lineup. And maybe these games can come up before, but I am thinking that with this is maybe I hope it comes out early next year because I don't know if they just give us like Super Nintendo remasters and 2D Mario for a year, that's not gonna be good. That's not gonna happen. We're gonna get other stuff too. Like all that stuff is good. I just want variety, and I felt like that was just a little lacking. Which is why I personally think the Direct is a C, but we still have games to play. Still gonna be playing Tears of the Kingdom. Pikmin 4 is looking hype as hell. And for the September Direct, they could shadow drop Metroid Prime 2. You know, that would make things a little bit more interesting, right? And they could announce some sort of free update for Tears of the Kingdom alongside the Amiibo, right? So there's still like a couple little things that could come out. Like nothing like big, like no like physical release is coming out that hasn't been announced yet probably, but a couple like little things that can come out on the eShop or DLC, other things that can be announced to kind of give us a little bit more. But it's fine.
We didn't see anything on the Splatoon DLC. No. Story DLC.
They didn't show anything on that, which I think is odd, right? Like, cause you were saying that.
I thought they were going to transition.
Yeah, I don't.
Splatfest.
It is weird that they didn't do that.
Yeah, that's supposed to be coming out this year, right?
Yeah, it is.
I guess they'll have to announce it in the September Direct, I guess.
That is odd though, because they did the Splatfest and they just didn't mention the
yeah. Like, why? I don't understand.
Right? Why? All right. I've been airing on negativity about my response to the Direct, but I'm going to put out nonsense pipe dream scenario that's not happening. I don't believe this, but I'm just putting it out there because there's like a little I think there's something about it that makes a little bit of sense, but it's definitely not. I do not think this is happening. I do not even think there's a small, like, I think there's a very, very, very small chance of this happening, like 1 to 5%, but I'm putting it out there just because. Given that Splatoon 3 did not show the DLC for whatever reason, right?
Right.
And also given that there is no August or September Nintendo games or December game, and that there's not a lot of variety outside of Mario and Pokemon stuff, it does make me wonder, were they holding back something that can still come out this year? Now, I'm not trying to make... I don't think it's Switch 2. I don't know. But, again, I don't believe this. But what if there is a hardware announcement, and this hardware announcement, some sort of presentation where they announce a few more games to come out nearby it, right? Because typically, hardware is announced in July. And Jeff Grubb did hear that there were some rumblings of some sort of event presentation happening in July. And August and September are vacant. And we saw the Switch Lite come out in September, but also Gamescom is happening in August. And they, for whatever reason, wanted to talk about Nintendo Live here as well. They were like kind of trying to hype it up more. So it makes me wonder, could it be that there is some sort of hardware or something that they want to showcase that will be at Gamescom and Nintendo Live? So you kind of, Brandon, I think you see where I'm coming from with this, even though I don't believe it's happening. Like there is kind of like some signs suggesting that there's another announcement coming that may be relevant for this year. Maybe it's not a Switch 2, but there could maybe be like another revision of some sort. I don't know if they're going to tie a game to that. That's the part that I think is unlikely. Like that.
Yeah,
they're holding back
having another presentation
with other games to come out this
soon,
year. Yeah, that's the part that I think is really unlikely. But there being some sort of hardware revision this year, I think actually has a decent chance of happening. Not a Switch 2, like something, maybe like a Switch Lite OLED or something, or like a Switch Lite Eye, like a Switch Eye, like something that's most people aren't going to want to get, but some people will. It might help to bolster sales a little bit, and it would be some kind of hardware that would make sense to showcase at Nintendo Live at Gamescom, as they did 4 years ago with Switch Lite. So I could see something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's been 2 years since the OLED. It's coming up on it. I mean, so kind of the timing's right for a new device, a new variant, but it would be weird, I guess, it would need to be something that's like not that big of a deal, because I don't see them marketing like a new variant of Switch the year before like the next gen version comes out, unless it's just like something that's not a huge deal. I don't know that they would do a Switch Lite OLED. I'm not sure what they would do.
So we have an interesting update on Splatoon 3. And by interesting update, I mean correction, because there's not... it's not an update. It's just something that maybe we were mistaken on. And thanks to LP for pointing out. LP said Side Order has a 2024 estimate release on Nintendo's website and eShop. And I went ahead and just double checked. And it says planned release date. This is not North American, but same difference site. But it says, yeah, by the planned release date by the end of 2024. So yeah. This is the Australian site. I don't know if there's I don't know why that's the first one that comes up, but yeah.
I don't know.
Yep. I mean, but that might explain why it wasn't in the Direct, because it's not coming out this year, and that's it. That's why. It's just not coming out this year, and we missed that. I guess I just assumed it was coming out for the second half, so that's my fault.
Yeah, They announced it a lot. They announced it very early.
Yeah. Yeah. Spheromancer in the direct, they said every game is coming to the Switch at some point except for Princess Peach and Luigi's Mansion games. They just said coming next year. Huh. That is interesting. I want to see. Well, maybe I'll go back to that. Play that real quick before we close out.
What's he implying?
Well, there's another thing to actually point out, and I mentioned this earlier at the beginning of the stream before you came on, Brandon. But if you look at I'm going to show you guys again. If you look at the Nintendo Direct title, it says Nintendo Direct 6/21/2023 - Nintendo
Yeah.
They don't normally put Nintendo Switch at the end of the titles for the Nintendo Directs, do they?
I don't know.
I don't think so. So, yeah. All right. So there's around the 40-ish minute mark. That's where the Luigi's Mansion and Peach stuff were. Is that right?
Yeah, like 41 minutes.
Mario RPG
Right
returns
after
with
RPG.
brand new graphics.
Whether you played the original game or not, why not take the opportunity
there's the Donkey
to jump
Kong thing.
into the very first RPG in the Mario
It seems
series?
that most of Nintendo's websites
Mr.
didn't
Koizumi,
put the
That
dash
last
into
trailer
the
featured
Switch.
Mario, but he's not the
Nintendo
only
UK
one
didn't
getting
do
a
that.
game.
Nintendo Japan
What do you
didn't
mean?
do that.
It's odd.
Let's take a peek.
It's just odd.
Nintendo DE. I'm sure. Does that Nintendo
Hold
Germany?
on. Let me.
Let's take a peek.
I just want to hear what they're
Getting
saying.
Koizumi, that last trailer featured Mario, but he's not the only one getting a game.
Huh? What do you mean?
Let's take a peek.
Yeah. I'm trying to hear like what they're saying in terms of like referencing directs or systems.
That's
or
right.
whatever.
Princess Peach will star as the main character in a brand new game. When she steps on this particular spot on stage,
Huh? Whoa. What on earth is happening?
We don't know.
that's all we'll show for now. We'll share more details at a later date. Mr. Koizumi, there's actually something else.
What?
Oh, here I go.
A visually enhanced version of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, originally released on Nintendo 3DS, is in development.
We hope you look forward to seeing more of Luigi's ghostly antics.
Both games will launch next year.
Mario, Princess Peach, and Luigi. Looks like Mario fans have a lot of games to look forward to.
Yeah.
More details will be shared in the future. All right, let's see some more headlines.
Okay. Yeah. So there was no clarification on what systems they were for, which it is interesting. I don't know if it doesn't. None of these things necessarily tell us anything, right? They're just kind of like things to consider.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot of maybes, but they are coming out next year when we are expecting Switch 2 to come out, right? So, yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, all right, I'm going to end the poll now. We're at 127. Well, I'm going to leave the poll up for another 60 seconds.
I see why.
I'll leave the poll for another 60 seconds. The votes are in right now. Team grade B is winning at 32%. C is at 30. A is at 24. Wow, a lot of people have been putting. I didn't even realize that A has been making a huge comeback here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And
B just upped another percent.
Yeah. Cast your final votes. I am ending this any moment now. Any moment now. I'm going to click end poll. Here we go. If I left it on for longer, I bet it would change again. But I ended it because we're ending the stream in a minute. All right, so here's the final poll. 132 votes are in. In last place, 12% of you felt that the Direct was D or worse. 25% of you, which is a lot higher than where things started, say the Nintendo Direct was an A Direct. 28% of you said it was a C Nintendo Direct. So C had a huge drop off. And then 33% said the Nintendo Direct is a B. Was a B. Worth a B grading. How do I feel about this? I think the Nintendo Direct grade is a C. I'm standing by it. You just compare this Nintendo Direct to the February Nintendo Direct. I think the February Nintendo Direct did a great job of telling us about games for the first half. They showed off Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe in February. They announced Metroid Prime Remastered all of a sudden. That was a crazy. They had Bayonetta Orange in March. We got Advance Wars for April. I don't remember Future Redeemed being announced in Direct. I think that was just Future Redeemed. The date for it was not given during the Direct, so maybe it doesn't deserve that. But then obviously they gave us another trailer for Tears of the Kingdom in May, and they showed off Pikmin 4 for July. So that was a lot of variety, and it filled up almost every month, except for June. You look at this Nintendo Direct, they gave us more details on Pikmin 4, and those details are great. But there's no there's some third-party stuff, right? But I'm just thinking about first-party Nintendo things, like what the majority of the Nintendo fan base cares about. August, there's no major Nintendo game. September, there's no major Nintendo game. October, we have Detective Pikachu and Mario Bros. Wonder, which is amazing. And then November, we have Super Mario RPG, and December, nothing. That's their lineup. It's a lot less. There's a lot less variety, just Mario and a Pokemon spinoff. And some DLC stuff, but not even the Splatoon 3 DLC is not there. Tears of the Kingdom DLC wasn't announced. So when I just think about it like that, the February Direct's clearly better. Now, maybe you would say the February Direct is an A. And you know what? I think the February Direct might be an A. I think the February Direct, this year's February Direct is one of the best Directs I think there have been. But I think I don't think that the February Direct is just a cut above this Direct. I would say it's substantially better.
A lot better.
Yeah. So that I think, in terms of my grading scale, that's fair. Of course, you can account for third-party things, and third-party things should matter. But I don't.
Anything huge for third party though. I guess it was Batman was the biggest one, and then Metal
Star
Gear.
Ocean. Star Ocean looks cool.
Star Ocean's interesting. There was was Star Ocean the HD 2D looking game, or is that a different game?
Yeah, that is.
Okay. Yeah.
But it had more advanced backgrounds.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure I was thinking of the right game.
Rocky D says, disagree. February Direct was very boring at the beginning.
I mean, this one was very boring for 20 minutes straight.
I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. You can disagree. I disagree with your disagreement. Just kidding. It's just we're all gonna have opinions, right? Yeah. But that's fine. There's still games coming. There's gonna be a September Direct, and for a lot of people didn't even think there would be a Direct till September. So, well, this is better than nothing, right? It's definitely better than nothing. There's that much is clear. I don't want to say this is a. I don't know. I don't want to say this is a bad Direct, but I wouldn't say it's a great Direct. It's subpar to average, in my opinion. And the thing is, even a subpar Direct still has a lot of good stuff because they have to announce several things to appeal to a number of people. I think part of it is just kind of the time we're in, right? They didn't hide that this is the wind down period. They made it very clear this is the wind down period. But while it is a wind down period, the games that are coming for a wind down period is better than any other wind down period for any other Nintendo system ever. So if you want to break it down like that, if you think of this as this is the Nintendo Direct where it's the last half year where it's the total focus, and you compare that to the kind of game announcements that were for the last half year for any prior system before a new system was introduced, then I would say, then from that perspective, this Nintendo Direct was incredible. Because any other prior system, towards the end, it's sparse, it's dry, it's a desert.
It's rough.
Like there's no desert here. There's games all throughout, and there's some really great games all throughout. It's just in comparison to other directs, it's looking a little light and a little bit less varied. So that's it. And I'm definitely butthurt about Metroid not being in this direct. I'm totally not like ecstatic about that. But that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the game. It's just they weren't going to show it off yet, right?
I think Super Mario RPG Remake is kind of a legendary status announcement, though. Which, if you're a big fan of that game, is probably why a lot of people think it's closer to B. Or some people even saying A, because that's like it's not quite on the same level, but it's kind of close to like if they announced Mother 3. Like it's near that kind of level. Like it's a crazy thing. Like it sounds like a fan, like a fake thing, like that somebody would put on like a fan request for a direct that would never happen.
You know what? You're right. But I think that's a fantastic point, and I think that maybe that's where some people might put this direct higher. If Super Mario RPG is that important to them, then they're like, oh my god, this is the remake I have always dreamed of. So I mean, yeah, right. and these things are subjective. And so I'm not saying anyone who picks an A for this direct or a B for this direct is wrong. It just depends on the person. I'm just looking at it from a perspective of giving us a variety of the games that appeal to, a lot of us. And I think there's a little bit of a lacking variety. But you're right, Mario RPG. I think years ago we were like, man, what if they were to remake Mario RPG? And my God, they're doing it, right? Like they're actually remaking Mario RPG, and it looks fantastic. Pikmin 4, I mean, we already knew about it. It's kind of like, I already know I'm getting Pikmin 4. I already know, but like they kind of gave us a better understanding of the gameplay loop, and it looks fantastic. Like Pikmin 4 is going to be killer. So it's fine. Pikmin 4 is coming out soon. Yo, we can play. Okay, Pikmin 1 and 2. Pikmin 1 and 2 being shadow drop. That's huge. I've been looking forward to that. I'm probably going to buy those like now.
Nice.
That way I can play Pikmin 1 through 3 in lead up to release for Pikmin 4. So that's going to be cool. Yeah.
Have you played them before?
I have not played them to completion before. Yeah. So I am going to... I don't have any copies of them currently. So I was thinking, man, do I have to like hunt down like the special select Wii versions and play it on my Wii U or something? So... yeah, now I can just play it all on my Switch now, which is fantastic. But I think that's enough for the stream. I have no idea what kind of video I'm gonna make. I don't know. Got to think about that. I might even take a break for the day because I got to move stuff and just focus on tomorrow. I'm not sure. We'll see. But Brandon, is there anything else you want to say before we close out?
I wasn't expecting this direct to happen, so I guess I'm not too upset that there wasn't anything crazy. But this year it's gonna be a little light, and I don't know. This might be a year I play more like non-Nintendo games than Nintendo games. We'll see. It's been a while.
Okay. Apparently, Pikmin 1 and 2 are $30 each. Okay.
They're $3 each?
$30 each. Do they have any?
30.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna end the stream, but I'm now like, wait, but what happened? Like, what about Pikmin 1 and 2? Like, have they?
I know they said they were in HD.
Yeah, like I didn't even really like think about enhancements or anything. I was just like, okay.
It's probably literally just HD version of the same exact game.
Yeah. A controller nearby. Oh, I don't have the TV hooked up, but I can literally check right now. Okay. So I'm literally just gonna check the eShop real quick. All right, where's my Pikmin 1 and 2? Where is it? I came here for Pikmin 1 and 2, and I don't see it, and I'm disappointed. Mario Wonder, $60. Mario RPG, $60. Detective Pikachu is $50. That's interesting. Oh, you can get Pikmin 1 and 2 for $50 as a bundle.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they are. Oh, that actually, this looks good. Like, these cutscenes have never been this clean before. So that's fantastic. This is... Let's see if there's kind of like any more details on them. Save on Pikmin 1 and 2 when you purchase the digital bundle. Revisit the first 2 Pikmin games on Nintendo Switch. Reintroduce yourself to the plant-like Pikmin and strategic gameplay that the charming series rooted in from finding... Okay, I'm not going to read that. Both games support optional motion controls for more options when guiding your floral friends. Find your way home, the original Pikmin plucking adventure. Swap between Olimar and Louie to divide and conquer in Pikmin 2. Tasked with helping pay off their employer's debt. Okay, I was just kind of see if they're going to like list off any like crazy new features. Motion controls, that's pretty much it. And you can get them both for $50, which is an instant buy for me. So I'm doing that. You already hear me, right?
Huh? What? Sorry, I got distracted on Twitter. What's happening?
Were you able to hear me? I was assuming you were able to hear me.
Yeah, I could hear you. I just wasn't listening.
Okay, that's fine.
I was looking at a post about how they changed the color of the roofs in Super Mario RPG.
Interesting. Yeah.
Match it's not important.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I am now ending the stream. I don't know what I'm going to do in terms of videos. I will figure it out. Maybe I'm just gonna. There's this big Zelda theory video I've been kind of like mulling over. Maybe I'll just go straight to that. I don't know. I'll probably analyze something. I gotta figure it out. But I might just take the break for the day to move out. And then I'll have something cool tomorrow. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. If you could leave a like, that'd be appreciated. We'll see you soon. Take care.
Bye, guys.